Welcome to week 3 of our Stool Streams Jenga season. Today, outright first place is up for grabs in all 3 groups, with Dave Portnoy and Frank the Tank both making their respective returns inside the Triple S. The quest for $10,000 continues right now.
There you go. There you go, Kelly.
Easy find. Oh, a little slip.
The tablecloth. 1, 2, 3, go. A magician. You're a magician. You're David Blaine.
And I will say Tommy looks like a goose, which is the most shocking development of this whole tournament. I didn't know people said that.
And that's it! And that's it! A Jenga from Tommy! Oh my goodness! What is he doing? That's a Jenga!
You can save it.
And that's it! A Jenga from Trey!
Jenga towers falling down on KFC's head.
Live from Stool Streams Stadium in New York City, welcome to another edition of Stool Streams presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. He's Jeff D'Lo, Jake Marsh on hand. Thanks for joining us, Jeff. It's the beginning of week 3, and believe it or not, when this week is all said and done, we'll be halfway through the regular season.
Yeah, we will be. It's a pretty big week as well. A lot of Frank the Tank. Big day here. Dave's here. Frank's here. That's about as star-studded as it gets. I know many people are excited to see what type of songs Frank is going to break out. Will he get in Billy Football's head? You got Dave taking on 2 guys he spent basically the entire weekend with in Glenny Balls and Marty Mush. Both teams 1-0. This is a big one. It's a big one today, Jake. 6
matches over the course of the next 24 hours, 3 of them taking place right now. Let's meet today's lineup from top to bottom. It's 1 match in each group. We're going to start off in Group A. It's an outright battle for first place as the Purple Hedgehogs of Dave Portnoy and Rhea take on Mudda's Wake in Marty Mush and Glenny Balls. They'll kick things off in the quest for $1,000 on the Play Barstool app. Then over to Group B, the return of Frank the Tank and Pubes 2. They'll take on the Berserkers, and we'll end things in Group C, a David versus Goliath, if you will. It's 0-2, Josh Dumel, 2-0, DeChalk.
Yep, probably the best team here, or so they say, at least in that group. It's a big one today, Jake. Again, I know people are very excited to see what Frank the Tank is going to break out, especially against Billy Football, who I like Billy Football, but he's easier to rattle than KFC in fights, so it's going to be a mental warfare in that second one.
All right, before we begin our opener, let's send it down the stream to our official Spider, who will zone in on the rules of this matchup. Spider?
Thanks a lot, Jake. Please remain on your sides for the duration of the match. When it comes to extracting blocks, only 1 hand at a time. Again, if you use 2 hands, your teammate will be forced to extract that block on their first turn. However, you will now get 1 change. So if you're forced to pick that block, once per game you can say, I'm not taking that block, I'm taking a different one. Does everyone understand the rules? That's not up to me. Does everyone understand the rules? All right. Good to go. Back to Jake and Jeff in the booth.
All right, thanks so much, Spider. Jeff, you want to unpack what that new rule change is?
Yeah, again, we don't make the rule change, powers that be make that. But that, I believe, comes down from the fights thing from last week where he dislodged his block and it removed another block and he wasn't allowed to pull that one. So that is what the rule is now. You get 1 chance to do that per match. We'll see if it's implemented at all. Again, as always, just 1 hand. You can't have 2 hands on a block. That's typically what puts people in the bad situation. That is the #1 rule in Jenga. Don't touch a block with 2 hands. We know Glenny Balls, probably the most infamous violator of that rule.
Right. All right. It is time to get started in our match. Let's meet our players in match number 1. And the order of play is going to be Rhea, Marty, Dave, and Glenny Balls. Rhea, Marty, Dave, and Glenny Balls in our opening match.
1-0. Here we go.
All
Who
right.
will be in first place?
Into the Square of Doom goes Rhea, the 23-year-old from Seaford, New York. Her team 1-0, and she told us yesterday, Jeff, that last week or 2 weeks ago, it was the most confident she's ever felt playing Jenga, and having Dave Portnoy on your side certainly can play a factor in that.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they had Tommy and Frankie on their heels the entire match last week. They were in the driver's seat the entire way before Tommy ended up pulling the losing block in fairly embarrassing fashion. Tommy not back yet today, but I know he's itching to get back out here after his loss.
And here's Dave once again. Dave played in his first career match 2 weeks ago in that 27-block win over Goose Mode over in Group A. And he slides one down the middle to create our first full slate of the afternoon.
Here comes balls. Fan favorite. The Jenga fans love Glenny balls.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
The most electric
Just
moment
say, like,
in the
balls.
history of Jenga when he touched the block with 2 hands despite one hand being duct taped to the side of his shorts.
The #1 moment in Stool Stream's history.
It was amazing.
Then he asked how it is possible. I still don't know.
Because I taped my waist and I like taped it around my wrist and my hand was still movable. So I put it in my head by accident.
Balls, move this way a
was
little. You're
taped to
blocking that
his
camera.
So like the
Marty-
palm wasn't taped. My
Marty
hand was
Mush
still movable.
once again. Jeff, it's been a whirlwind of a 24-hour stretch for Marty Mush. He notes he did not have the best day in the gambling house last night, but he's going to look to put that behind him as we almost have a near Jenga there.
Guys, we almost had a Jenga.
5 rows
He
up.
almost just Jenga'd on block 5.
Keep playing.
Right, you better.
On that block, it's still hanging out a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what
Too
Hank's
busy
new
thinking
rules are about
money
that
this
hanger.
morning.
What?
I think Dave's just going to capitalize on it right now.
just
Smart,
a
heady play.
Free block.
All right, that is music to Dave's ears right there. He'll capitalize immediately. But another look here. What was Marty doing?
I have no idea, but he just gave a free block away, basically. I think something dropped from the ref chair, and it kind of spooked Marty a
That
bit.
one falls as Jenga.
That
I
was
know.
that was a ghost block.
Yeah, Glenny and Marty are talking about a lot of ghosts lately. I know Glenny saw a ghost in the gambling house the other day.
We were all there. We all did.
And Jeff, we almost had what you've actually been hoping for. You told me this off the stream. You want to see Jenga with 1 block. Not exactly the most drama, but it is a
Yeah, I was
Jenga.
thinking that would be Jenga.
It would be the saddest Jenga. 1 block is a Jenga.
Yeah.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
If that.
As long as it's not if you drop the block you pulled, that's not a Jenga.
Right.
But obviously, if another one falls, that would be a Jenga.
Glenny
thing's
Balls.
Yeah.
His
already.
3-2 individual record, but more importantly, looking to move Mudda's Wake to 2-0. A win
Marty,
today would do just that. PFT.
Yeah, I heard there was some discussion of bathroom incident that happened. Would you care to elaborate on that for the people at home?
I don't want to throw my guy under a bus or anything, but woke me up at 8:45 in the morning with a nice dookie in my own room, and left the lights on and left the door open when he left. That's how
In
it
your
was.
bathroom?
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
The door in his room doesn't close.
It's my room.
Does the
no-
bathroom
Wait,
door
There's
close?
a bathroom door open or
the
closed?
There's just.
There was someone else in the
It's
other
my
bathroom.
only spot in the house where I could.
And I figured it like.
sit.
you're up.
I figured I'm up. He's asleep.
Yeah, no. I
So
get
Glenny
it.
helped himself to your toilet, essentially.
And brought his own wipes.
Well, that's just
That's actually
that's nice of him.
respectful.
He's a
I'm gonna go to all
conscientious
your
traveler.
places and take a shit. That's what I'm gonna
Go
do.
for it.
And everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Marty's taking shits in my room again."
Leave only skid marks and take only memories. That's what.
This
you
is
say.
PFT. We've known Marty now for like 2 years. This is the most rattled I've ever seen Marty.
They're
He
dealing
looks
with some
shaken
ghost
right now.
afterglow right now. You can tell these guys have been seeing ghosts. They're like Sam Darnold right now. A little shaky. I think you saw that play out with Marty's first block that he almost pulled out, almost with that initial Jenga. I am keeping an eye on the giant thermometer. Right now we're at 68 degrees. If we see this thing drop more than 2 degrees, that's a good indication that there is a
That
ghost
thing
in the room.
is wobbly.
All right, Jeff, as Dave continues, this just in from the Play Barstool app. Marty Mush, the most popular pick to pull the losing block at 42%. Glenny Balls right behind him at 36%. So the public really backing Purple Hedgehogs. Rhea just 11%. And Dave, if you round it up, 10.69% as well. What do you make of the public? More than 78% taking Purple Hedgehogs to win this one.
Makes sense. They played the cleanest game out of these
Don't
two
grab that
teams
one,
last
make a
week. Glenny is always attached to some sort of crazy moment, so it makes sense to think
there
Glenny
you go.
may be on the losing side there. Good teamwork there. Coaching by Rhea found an easy block.
Dave looking for that Eastern block, 5 rows up.
Eastern block. Use the point. Don't
He
shake
will
it because it's
Yeah,
gonna
Reed Sauer
I'm a
with
little worried right
no
Really
issues. And
shaky.
Jeff, how about your keys to
Good
the match
finger.
presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer?
Well, I
Not
figured
all
I
your
think
fingers,
Dave might be
one
filling
finger
out
there.
this team. He
Tap.
knows these two guys well. He got into Tommy's head a lot last week.
I'm not getting it.
Rattled Tommy.
It's just your presence.
Will he do that this week?
Well, the bigger thing is that he spent $1,000 on a smoker and bought brisket that cost 5 cents.
I didn't.
There we go. And that's the first moment. Rattle balls early and often.
Well, I
Balls.
wasn't even around. Literally, it was
Can
like.
you elaborate on that?
So
It's not-
Glenny is now the highest paid guy at the company because he keeps winning these free bets. And he promised he'd buy this smoker, which is $1,000 and make us all lunch. He bought a brisket that literally cost 10 cents.
None of those.
So it was so chewy, it was almost unedible.
But it was
Kiss
cooked
him,
really
kiss him,
well
kiss
for a
him.
terrible cut of meat.
It had good taste. He did smoke it.
Can I respond, please?
Other side.
You have a mic.
Oh, I have a mic.
Just ask for
side.
permission to respond.
Beg your pardon, Glenn?
This, and the keys are up. It says, don't let Dave
do
dictate
you
the
mean
mental
other side?
game. Whether Dave tried or not, Glenny's rattled now.
And folks, the newest game to come
What do
to
you
Stool
say- what
Stream's
do you-
court.
what-
Oh, the other side, the other block.
Go around.
I'm responsible for that.
This is, I mean, this is everything
That's
you
not my
expected
block.
to happen.
Balls.
Glenny is
12 blocks in, Glenny.
Glenny,
I'm not responsible. I didn't do this block.
there's
They have
something
to-
going on with Glenny. I feel like
Yeah,
Glenny
we
is
have
possessed.
we have angry balls today.
Glenny might
This is
need an
angry
exorcism.
balls.
This
I
isn't
think
my block.
I think the
Balls.
ghost actually is inside
go,
Glenny's
balls.
body right
I'm not
now,
responsible for that block.
controlling his temper. Because we've seen an angry balls today.
He's
We
getting
usually
more
don't see an
angry. He
angry
is.
ball.
Yeah, this is the anger.
He's
This
acting
is
like we're all Smitty.
Yeah.
yeah.
No. I'm happy. I just didn't think
That's the ghost talking.
Since when am I? I don't think I'm responsible for that. Aren't I only responsible for my block?
Balls.
Also, the TVs went out yesterday, and Ball's like, wait, does that shut off all our electronics?
No.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. It's like, did we lose power? But the lights were on.
Don't call me like restarted everything.
Did we just lose power? It's like sitting in the
Jeff
light.
Glenny Balls may be out of sync right now. He did straight up
telling you, I
admit
think
yesterday in
Glenny's
our
half
interview that he's scared for this
Poltergeist.
match. It's very intimidating, and you never want to go up against the boss. He feels extreme pressure in this
I feel like
one.
I've never seen Marty this angry.
Yeah, he is. I mean, both this,
I mean,
both
the
this,
Bills
the
have
vibe of
won.
this team is so strange.
I can't bet you. Responsibly, I'm
Balls.
sitting
I don't
in
think
my-
I am either.
Watch
I
your-
responsibly
I gotta say,
sit
we're
this one out.
We're seeing a very, very messy tower right now, considering it's so early in the game. This thing is not structurally sound at all. If we don't make it past move
Stay
20,
away from that area.
Where he just pulled?
I don't know,
Yeah,
I just got a
'cause
feeling
it's-
like this could be a
If you
quick
put
one.
one block in there, I feel
This is a very
like
weird looking tower.
because those two are not going to be able to balance on just one. if you
Hold
take
for a
that.
sec.
So I would try to go.
Dave, hold for a sec.
All right, Jeff, let's take a look here. Both players were instructed by Spider not to cross the line.
Yeah, Balls
Glenny-
did cross. He crossed into the box. I think he's getting
Yellow card.
He's
It's a
being
warning.
warned. He's being warned. He
warning.
crossed into the
Don't let
box.
it
That's
happen
that is
again.
illegal. He has to
Go
watch
ahead,
what he's
Dave,
doing.
Whenever you're ready.
All right,
No.
so now it is
That
Dave's
one's gonna make
turn
it fall. Go
inside the
towards
square
the
of doom.
fourth
Caught up
row.
with Dave last week about his strategy to take down Mudda's Wake, and he said he would consider hopefully dangling a hamburger on the other side of the tower so that Glenny could hopefully walk
I
through it.
said that? Doesn't sound like meatballs. But it is good strategy.
Again,
Wow.
just to confirm, Dave said, hopefully I can
shit.
dangle a
Don't go for
hamburger
those.
on the other
Those
side of
make
the
it fall.
tower and have him walk through
'Cause
it.
if you
The
can
funny
add
thing
those
is,
two
where do you
wouldn't be
wanna
the
go?
first time that
I would
happened
go
here, as I do
above
believe
within the
PFT
first-
once stuffed his pocket with a
the fourth
hamburger.
to
I
the
did do that,
sixth
yeah.
row, I
Just
think
raw
is-
dogged it, just a pocket burger. But given that Glenny is potentially a ghost, he might be able to pass directly through the tower.
Oh my goodness.
One little storyline to keep your eyes on here. How is Commissioner Hank Lockwood, the dictator, going to be able to call this and officiate this game, given that it is his boss,
So this is
Dave,
the
and
part
it
where
is his
PFT
girlfriend,
editorializes
Rhea,
because he
that
has
are, being matched up against Glenny and Marty. So
This is where he turns on us, too.
Hank is going to cut my mic. He's about to cut my mic off. I just heard him in my ear.
Yeah, we don't respond to this propaganda.
Jeff, let's move on with the
Stay woke,
broadcast. What do
stay
you
woke,
see out
stay
of
woke.
Dave's individual game right now, taking a look at his JBR and percentages?
No, this is just a good team effort right here. He's a big outside block guy. 78% of the time he goes for the outside block. Only one game under the
Cap
belt
it.
here, obviously. We didn't have a ton of stats. More great coaching, teamwork here.
Still needs to clean up on the right side.
And a
Does just
solid
that.
placement at the
You can
top.
also
And we are
use
on
your
to block
other
15
fingers if you
with Glenny
feel
Ball.
like
Push.
if you're holding it, you can
I'd like to
push up
apologize
against it and
for
pull it.
editorializing. Hank Lockwood is
I
a man
never
of
feel like
integrity,
it's very
and
safe.
he is
Try
an
and-
excellent commissioner.
I don't know how Balls is good at this. He seems like he might be good at this game. Balls, you good at this?
Don't grab.
I think I'm decent.
Yeah,
Jeff,
I
what's the
wouldn't
move
expect
here
it.
for
Good
Glenny?
you.
Still plenty of full
Everyone
slates in
hates
play.
me.
Glenny is so.
Everyone
They
knows.
said everyone
Yeah.
loved
No, I'm
him.
saying everyone always picks me to pick the losing block.
Glenny has completely
It's only a
lost his
matter of
ability to
time.
have any
60
advantage in the
seconds to
mental
pick a
game
block
right now.
now.
Slow.
Glenny Balls, good JBR though,
See how he's
61
using
points.
that.
Loves going on the outside,
Push it
though.
out.
He's
See if they wanna bump
he's
it.
only pulled outside blocks
Oh,
so far
yes,
this
it
season.
This
If
is
you're
a
a
tough
fan
pull,
of
so you
Tittleman's
slow.
crest,
Yeah.
Glenny Balls
Yeah.
is not your man.
You can
But there he
also-
goes. He is going for a middle
official
block.
Jenga rules are
That's a
very-
rare move for
30
Glenny.
seconds
He's an
to pick a
outside
block,
block guy.
Balls.
How much time?
Is he just going to
30.
leave that one there?
You got
What
ones
happens
just
if he
sticking
doesn't
out
do it
there.
in time?
You see on the left of the tower.
He just has to choose a block, and then he has to. Commit
He's
to
trying
that.
to put the block back. Okay, it worked for him.
15 seconds.
We
to pick a
mentioned
block.
earlier the pick
Have
percentages
you
for
officially
question
said that
one.
you're going to be giving any winnings to Rhea? Have you said that, or is she just assuming
No,
that?
she gets it all.
10, 9.
Question 2 is what we're tracking as well, as Glenny takes out that one from the penultimate row and
Glenny's
creates
shown
another slate.
Tremendous hand discipline from Leonard Balls right now. There's no duct tape. It's not even in the pocket. He's just letting it roam free and trusting himself.
The most popular pick in question 2, total blocks, the range of 30 to 35, an overwhelming 47%, while the long shot at 43 plus is just picked by 1.37%.
Where are we at?
This is block number 16 for Rhea.
Guys, I do have a temperature update here. The temperature has actually dropped to 65 degrees. It's down 3 degrees since the start of the match. That is an indication. You ask any ghost hunter, there's a high likelihood that there is a ghost in this room right now. That's just a fact. You could see the needle at the start of the game compared to where it is now.
What's
got
the
a ghost.
average break point?
Yeah, I'm a little worried.
Do we have an average? It's typically mid to high 30s.
For Dave,
Marty, that-
we have
the
individual
one below-
average blocks
one below
per
you,
match.
all
Dave's
the way
only
to the
put in
right,
one
that
at
one was
27.
fairly
Rhea's
loose.
I
average
meant
is
the overall.
34.2.
That one was
Jenga
fairly loose, I
occurs.
think.
We don't
A little
have
bit.
that tracked.
How do you have every stat except
Try
the
that
one
one then, if you like it.
I would think would be the most obvious.
Oh, right there, right there, right there.
Well, we've seen twice now. Rhea
You
basically
got
got
every
a
stat
almost a
like
free
7%
block
from the thing.
I think try to
from
leave the
Glenny
twist it.
and Marty. They keep putting
Work
blocks
that in.
back
Yeah, work that in, work that in.
as if they're not going to notice they're free, easy blocks to pull.
Right. So let's see what Marty does here. Marty in his career 1-1.
Yeah, like that.
His lone loss came on opening day, August 12th.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Turning clockwise right now on the highest you can go, row 4. See Marty Mush favors the outside, 63% clip.
Guys, this is a load-bearing block right now.
Turn it
Marty
all-
did
turn-
not
turn it all the way
realize that
around
when he
if
started
possible.
wedging it out.
No, other way. Other way.
It's
No, other way, other
disturbing
way.
the rows above it. You
Other
can see
way.
the top 3 rows are wiggling.
Yeah, I would say try to pull it from there. Keep going a little bit.
Glenny
Yeah,
coaching
try to
his
bring
way
it this
through
way.
from his dugout.
A little slow. You're close, you're close.
The same one. This one.
Wait, what? Super, super slow.
Oh,
Nice.
The recoil
Let that
was a
thing
bitch
wobble.
on that one.
Does
Wishy wobble,
recoil.
wishy wobble, wishy wobble, wishy.
Marty steps around, only has one place to go.
Nice.
Over on the west side.
You're saying this one?
And he completes it.
Yeah, I think it might be loose.
Ooh.
Maybe not. Try the other side.
So now
This
back
is
to
a weird,
Dave.
weird tower.
The 43-year-old from Swampscott, Massachusetts, looking to keep that undefeated
No, I'm saying
record
I said,
alive.
oh, fuck, you're gonna get that one. There's nothing else there. What?
Balls.
A lot of time spent together.
It's like Balls was trying to maybe psych him out a bit.
Yeah,
It didn't
Balls is
work.
talking shit.
Guys,
Did
I
not
think what
work.
we're looking at right now is you ever know like when you would spend 3 nights in a row at a sleepover with your best friend back in elementary school, and by the start of the 3rd day you just want to kill each other. I think that's what we're working with here with
Yep.
Marty, Glenny, and Dave.
By the way, the answer to the question, 34 is the average blocks, the average Jenga per match. 34.
You should have had that, Jake, off the top of your tongue.
Indeed, I should have. But we have a great crew helping us
baby.
out on the truck here. Team effort. 19 blocks deep. And now Glenny Balls
Slow, baby, slow.
looks to extend this match to the 20 mark.
Oof, it is cold in here.
I'm telling you.
Great pull balls.
See, Balls, good job.
Thank you.
Didn't need the, and you gave me the old fuck when I pulled the good one.
I wanted the good. That's why I said the oh fuck. I wasn't talking shit. I was just sad for myself.
Oh, God.
A little backtrack from Balls.
A little bit.
Glenny is wearing the formal shorts today. That's probably my favorite pair that he's got.
These are my favorite pair of shorts.
They
They're
look very
fantastic.
comfortable.
Buy one, get one hoodie hat, too.
Yes.
Glenny not committed to any brand right now with the Nike shorts and the Adidas shoes.
Perpetrating.
Glenny did miss out on a chance to meet Darius
yeah.
Rucker.
Yeah, it's true.
Zah got to meet him instead.
We don't talk about that.
So here's Rhea in the square of doom right now.
Rhea took
Rhea
this
with
one.
the 2-4 individual
good pull.
record. She does have 3 losing blocks.
Yeah, she's been a part of probably the most absurd games we've ever seen.
Yep.
The Billy football game.
The 50
Where
burger.
he just turned the tower. Yeah, 50 burger game. The Caleb and Rowan match, which is a very infamous match where they were throwing,
yeah, big
they were
time, big
throwing
time.
things over the players.
Rhea, a lot of people are
But
wondering
wait,
how
try the one to the left first.
Normie's neutering surgery turn out.
He's doing wonderful, except
Alright, we can
his
go from there.
dick
Slow
still
and
comes
steady.
out.
He gets more boners.
Yes,
More boners now that the balls are gone.
Slow.
exactly.
That must have been a shock.
Definitely. When I picked him up, it was the first thing that happened.
Oh,
and I was like,
two
is that
hands
supposed
with
to
that
happen?
Spider calls the violation. Marty will
middle.
finish the turn. Call on the floor is violation, so it'll have to be indisputable
There will be a
evidence
replay.
to overturn. Spider says yes, violation. Let's see.
Technically, that was.
Here
that
we
was
go.
classic.
Did Marty commit the first violation of the day?
Hank Lockwood in the truck was very quick to
Oh,
call.
There it
That
is.
wasn't even close. That wasn't you. He did a good job trying to sell that.
Great call by Spider,
Next
sticking
one, now
by it
it's
as
on
well.
Glenny. So if Marty fucks up.
So if they make this poll successful here, they put Glenny Balls in a very tough spot.
And remember, you saw it off the top. Now Glenny's penalty, the first block he touches, he must remove. He cannot search around as Dave is right now. You don't have that benefit after your teammate commits the penalty.
It doesn't always mean a tower fall. We actually see a lot of successful turns. But this tower's tough right now. Glenny's gonna have a real hard time finding a soft one. He better focus up.
And Jeff, we're in the middle of your so-called window where things really decide if it's going to be a long or short match, right?
Yeah, 18 to 28 is typically the danger zone, and the tower levels out.
What about
Balls come to your right a
the
little
middle
bit.
one
Big
on the bottom or the one on the side?
Opportunity here for
The
Purple
last
Hedgehogs
one
to
in
get
the
by
middle.
this move and put all the pressure
Down here?
on Glenny
Table.
Balls.
Is it possible if it's loose?
Bottom row has not been touched just yet.
What about
Dave's
the one right
searching
above
for
it?
it right now.
That one. Nope.
Nothing's loose.
What? Watch your feet. You can't get double violations.
Oh, that one's loose. But
Guys, this tower is
Probably come
an
around to
absolute
this.
mess right now.
Oh,
Starting to twist a
twisted
little
tower.
bit.
Some more twisting.
there you go.
Dave has some movement on that western block.
Trying to wiggle it free.
10 rows up.
Uh-oh.
There's one road that's just asking to be fucked right now. It's just, it is ready to go. I don't think Dave sees it. I don't think he knows which one it is. This one is begging for a bagwell.
That's a little bit.
Federal crime.
Still looking for that western block. 10 rows deep. Some more twisting, though, of the entire tower.
If he can get this one, Glenny's going to have quite the tough time.
We're still well within that 0 to 29 range, picked by just 9.64% of the field. And remember, Jeff, only 11% picked Dave to end this match, so this would knock out a significant portion of our 12,000
Look
plus
at
at
that
home.
method.
Yep.
He's
Teamwork
got some
again
more
here.
movement.
Dislodging it.
Oh, wait.
Remember, that block can hit the ground if it is his block.
It might
Right.
fall because it's going to be uneven. Yeah, don't pull that one. Put it back.
Rhea telling Dave to go in a different direction, though.
I think it's going to fall if you do that one.
60 seconds to pick a block.
Oh.
Really? That's because you think that?
Because I think those two will just maybe collapse.
Watch the tape.
Might be worth the poll.
What do you think?
No, that'll.
You-
I think that's
okay.
fine.
Dave feels confident about it.
Dave sticking with his original block.
I think.
Biggest poll of the match right here, Jay.
The pending penalty on the next turn. Can
Just go
Dave
slow,
survive
it'll be fine.
this one? He's got
Yep.
some more loosening. About
And then retower
90% of the way out, and there it is. It's out. He chooses the left side for the retower,
Will be
and
first
now
block
it is
in touch.
penalty time for Glenny Balls. Big time move by Dave.
That's a veteran move. Their
Nice.
second match. Saw that, had confidence
don't
in it,
have-
made the poll. Now Glenny
what's-
Balls,
what's he
all the
doing with the
pressure on his
mask?
shoulders.
What's
Holding
going
it
through your
to
head right
make
now?
sure I don't
Glenn?
have two hands.
What are you trying to look at right now to see? Because you know that you have to take that first block.
Do I have one change?
What are you looking for?
No.
Yeah, I thought we had the one.
No.
That's not on a violation.
Oh, I'm looking. I think I'm going to go for the bottom.
Smart move.
I don't really know what else to do.
Don't go there.
I think I'm going to go for this one right here.
He's also preemptively gripping his mask in his left
Don't go
hand,
yet.
hopefully preventing
Analyze
a
all.
double touch. He knows that a
think
double
that
touch
one
would
in the
surely
middle
spell
is
death.
Marty
It comes back around.
in the box.
Marty
Smart.
In the
again
box.
warned not
I'm
in
going
his
bottom. I'm
dugout.
going
He was over there.
The light green tape.
Wait, you
Stay
don't
within
think?
it.
You don't think that middle one right there?
Remember Marty, his teammate, because he sent Glenny a
fourth
Sopranos
one.
video
You don't
before
think that
Smitty
one's
did.
I'm not a poker. I'm not good at poke.
Yeah, Marty did say he will do anything to not get cut by Glenny Balls.
I think this one could be a
he will
move
go
too.
to Philly with him
Now,
and do whatever
Dave
Balls
just
says.
touched all the bottom ones and nothing moved.
I know it's not going to move, but I think I could maybe wiggle it out.
Yeah, try it.
You know,
Today, balls.
And it's
That'll be
touched.
it.
It's that right block. That right block on
He did
top of the
not.
hard seltzer.
That's
Oh, I think
why
he did
picked
it, though.
He's got loosening.
Oh, damn.
Will it tilt, though? Will the tower tip?
Ballsy.
Will it move when he removes it all?
I don't think it will.
It's out, and what a pick by Glenny Balls.
Balls.
Cool as a cucumber.
Five balls.
It's good, and he makes it look easy despite the violation.
We very rarely see these double blocks down the last 2 rows. It's an interesting format for the tower right now. It's not going to lend itself to structural integrity. This tower, I don't think this game is going long, guys.
Rhea chiseling out that Tittleman's crest, 4 rows high.
Yeah, Marty, you called this one.
I feel like the nail is very helpful in Jenga.
Long fingers too. I got long fingers.
Now she wraps around. More than half the block out. Surveying the tower.
Nice.
It's out.
Great pull. And Marty found a block that he liked. I don't know if that was the one. There was one he wanted Glenny to pull. Is it still there?
That was the one. He was telling me.
So now back to Marty Mush.
That's
Getting
the
closer.
third time they've given them a pretty good pull.
And remember, because of Marty's violation, next violation, David Rhea would have the option to win via disqualification.
Yep, they can just DQ Balls and Marty and move on with a win.
Put that hand in your pocket. All right, good.
60 seconds to pick a block.
You didn't tell Dave for 20 minutes.
Not a fan of that countdown by Spider.
Yeah, there.
Got to be careful. A lot of
the guy
warnings on
behind
their
the
side.
behind the glass.
Classic Hank Lockwood
He's
right
been
now.
trying to get me cut by balls the entire time.
Yeah, he's making the clock run a little faster, a little friendly clock action.
45.
Like when you're playing against Rico and he's on the clock
he got
and
any
you know that he
fucking
took the
info
under.
there?
I would say.
Oh, Marty
there you go.
found
There you
something.
go. That's the one.
At the midway point of the tower, very close to it.
It's a smooth extraction there by Marty Mush. That's what he's known for.
Nice.
It's out.
Try the
Will he
fourth
go
round.
left or right? Changes his mind. Now goes right, as you see on our sky cam presented by Heine and Hard
Marty, let's
Seltzer.
go party.
Now it's back to Dave Portnoy.
I mean, a little bit.
Still in that 0 to 29 range in question 2, but Dave the long shot to end this match according to the 12,000 plus of you at home. 1,315 selected Dave to pull the losing block.
That's crazy. Not a lot of people did?
Only 10.69%.
That's just a reputation preceding myself. It's not, I haven't felt good about this at all.
There you go.
Tower might have loosened up a little bit here. Starting to get some easier pulls, Jake. But now Glenny, all back on his shoulders.
Brick by brick.
Takes
for Dave
care
Portnoy.
of business. Now
So what I think
back
Liz
to
does
ball.
that helps her a lot is when she pulls, she retowers really fast. It's hard to do that. I can't even do it, but it makes it steady.
This was good.
Really
Now
good.
we're sensing a theme here where the top
When I
half
was
of the
on
tower
her
is
team, we
becoming the
played till
picking
50.
spot for both teams.
Ballsy.
Oh, a little psych out. Maybe Glenny.
Ballsy.
Oh, Glenny's shaking a little bit.
Ballsy.
Rotate a little bit.
He's shaking a little bit,
It
Jake.
is
Ballsy.
turning
Ghost time.
clockwise.
That's not dislodging like he thought it would at all.
This is a little
Lenny looks
Whoa.
committed.
more than he bargained
Slow
for
ball.
here.
Slow.
Remember,
Slow.
David Rhea's
More than
last
he
match
can
was
chew.
27 blocks. We are in block 27.
Ballsy.
It looks like
Middle.
Glenny will survive this one.
What was that noise you made?
I don't know. I was scared.
Heart rate high for Glenn.
I wanted to just put it back and redo, but
Glenny, the master of the tough brisket, an expert at biting off more than he can possibly chew. Stacks that one cleanly up top, and then he ended up leaving himself, his teammate Marty, a nice easy retower on the third block on this row. That's smart. That's just good gamesmanship from Glenny Balls.
On to block 28. Rhea at the top of the order. A win here would be Rhea's first winning streak of more than one game in her career.
Tight blocks, balls.
yes, sir.
I touched one block, 60
Yeah,
seconds.
you did get gone so quick.
Some more twisting of the tower.
Sixty seconds
The
to pick
nail
a
is
block.
such an advantage.
I
It's
picked
scary.
it.
As Spider locks it in. Remember, that block could fall.
Yep. Wow. Your own block you're picking can fall. That's not a Jenga.
Wobbler tilting,
Hold.
but Rhea survives. Jeff, another look at this one. Rhea panicked a little bit, but even if it did fall, the match would not have been over.
Yep, that's right. If the block you're pulling falls, that's not a Jenga. If any other block falls, even just one, that would be. We've still never seen anyone drop their own block like that. Balls did at one point, caught it, two-hand violation. So we have seen it happen, just not hit the ground.
All right, now back to
We've
Marty
seen
Bush.
Most examples can be related to Glenny balls in Jenga.
Marty and Glenny, one thing a lot of people aren't talking about with your team is the lack of sleep. Is that a factor for you guys at all?
No, I don't really. I'm not a person that needs a lot of sleep. I'm fine.
How much do you sleep per night?
You were up for 16 hours, though.
Shut up.
Jake, I would pick the owner. I don't believe
60 seconds to pick a block.
What was the question?
How many hours of sleep do you need per night?
I'm usually like fall asleep like 1 a.m. Wake up at like 8:30 type guy.
So that's it's still 7.5 hours. It's still a decent amount of sleep.
So that's what I usually.
Sounds like really good sleep.
Yeah, it's a great sleep. He's a wonderful sleeper.
Did.
I think you should go from the other side and like wiggle it, like go around maybe. Use your thumb. Oh God.
Some more twisting.
You can't oh God me while I'm twisting.
Hats off for Glenny.
Some chemistry issues here, perhaps, Jeff?
The Widow's Peak is showing for balls. Once shaved off by Willie's barber.
That's true. Horrible.
You guys remember when Glenny had that wave on the side of his head?
He did.
I
was fresh.
had that literally for like a month.
I liked it.
Slow and steady.
Twist
Twisting
Howard
from Marty.
leaning.
You got this. You got this.
Twisting it
The
nearly
tower-
360 degrees.
Guys, they are live by the twist, die by the twist.
Wow.
So,
Little recoil didn't hurt him.
That's going to catch up to him one of these times.
Slowly.
If you keep having to twist out a block like that,
nice.
it involves too many other variables.
On
Yeah,
so
just
block
be
30,
careful
and Jeff,
with
that does
going down.
eliminate the
I would
0
say
to
the
29
middle,
range,
if
picked by
anything.
just 10%, but now we are in the meat of the picks. 30 to 35, selected by 47% of the field.
Tower wobbling there, but that one came dislodged.
Dave going with that fourth row for the time being.
It's a rare tower where there's actually a lot of options, but none of them are good. Is it an uh-oh?
You're good.
But he got it out.
Yep.
Has an entire slate to work with up top.
He was a little worried, but it does not seem to matter, Jake.
It is good. So on to Glenny balls. Block 31. Remember, 36% of the field took balls to end this match.
Holding his mask, doesn't want to risk the two-hand touch.
He's had 2 career violations. A third here would effectively end this match.
Absolutely
Hold the tower up
gripping
with the other
that
fist.
high noon mask, wringing all the sweat out of it.
Ballsy was just going to pull one right. I mean,
Don't listen to him.
the one you just touched, mathematically would have had to bring the whole thing down.
Stop listening.
Jeff,
You
is
touched
it safe
one
to
where it
say
was a
that
single
Dave
row.
is in balls' head right now?
Well, he touched one that's a single row. I
He's
mean, I
just
don't know
stating
much about
facts,
that.
and I
but
think
you
that's
can't-
getting Glenny.
Glenny just
I'm
can't
helping
help
him.
but
He
listen.
touched the one
He
that's
saw it.
literally the only one in a row. I don't know much, but I know that would have been
That one
Jenga.
is- that one is everything.
I mean, he did touch the one that was a
What
single.
about this one? Oh.
Oh, there it is. There it is. He broke. He broke.
60
I was
seconds to
waiting
pick a
for
block.
it. I was waiting for it.
60 seconds, balls. 60 seconds.
He did.
It's cracking up.
Yeah, that was inevitable. You could see he was holding it in. He was either going to laugh or get angry. The laugh is what came out. Now he's flustered.
Glenny's got the giggles.
45 seconons to pick a block.
Glenny giggles,
Oh,
twists the
ballsy.
tower.
These two. This one right here. No, not that one. Lower.
Oh, he tossed
Oh, the head comes off.
God,
Balls means business.
When he falls,
30 seconds to pick a
The
block.
Hootie hat. The Hootie and the blow
30
chat is on the
seconds,
ground.
balls.
Business from balls.
Oh,
Keeps
no.
racking up, and the clock is ticking.
What was that move?
The clock continues to tick.
Breakdown?
He can't focus. He can't even touch a block
15
without laughing.
seconds, balls. 15 seconds.
It is danger time for Butta's way.
10, 9, 8.
Oh, Lawrence, what do you think? He can't stay still. He can't stay still.
Balls has to pick a block.
2. What is he doing right now?
And that's it. He's locked in at that block, row 5, east side.
I think he can pull it, but I don't know if he can stay still. He cannot stay still right now.
I've never seen somebody get flustered and bullied into picking a block like that. And Glitty removing the hat like LeBron James, throwing off his headband.
He's in fucking tears. He is in tears.
This is so fucked. I'm like he's getting tickled.
Ballsy.
Brutal time to crack, but will it matter?
Oh, man.
I mean, it's the most obvious thing of all time that if some contestant in Stool Stadium was going to get the giggles, it was.
Glenn is the giggliest person.
You got the giggles hard. I like how he kept touching the one below it. It's a preposterous
This
one.
thing
I
is
keep
moving
feeling if it's loose.
left and right, back and forth.
Good
This
job,
would
Balls.
create a double hanger.
Slow.
Remember, a hanger is a single block on a row.
No, do it from the bottom. Yeah, from there and keep twisting. Move your body. Don't.
Oh, Glenny
No.
settling
Keep
back
doing
in.
that.
I think he's
Remember,
got
there
it.
is no time limit
Good
once
job,
you pick a
Ballsy.
block.
Ooh, good
And
job,
it's out
Ballsy.
for
You
balls.
think the other side, right?
Good job. Does it ever fall that way? With the restack?
I've never seen it.
Does
It
it
happened tragically to Kate recently. She showboated and turned around, and the tower fell as she turned
And
around.
kind of the same thing with Tommy. He almost had it.
Okay.
So Glenny
the
survives.
giggles
I
out?
don't even know what we want to call that, but we're moving on to
That was a
block
bad case of
32.
giggles.
That was unbelievable. Giggling, shaking. He couldn't even hold. He could not hold the block.
And he lost the hat.
He did disrespect the.
It is scary when it gets hot. You think the brim's gonna hit it.
What do we think?
Jim Florentino was not. I don't think he was wearing a hat.
Pull it, but is it going to make good odds?
No, that should be, if you go slow, that should be good.
Smart. Turn the hat around.
Yep. Rhea going on the east side right now.
Looks like Rhea got a manicure specifically for this game. The Purple Hedgehog team colors
Yeah, nice job.
prominently displayed on the fingernails.
The one above where I got, I felt those were.
Slides it in.
The middle
on
one was
the
good.
west side.
Maybe check it
Bit
right.
of a tip.
The middle one was definitely.
Glenny's saying that he felt the soft block during his giggle fest. And that was a good find.
Found one. The Tittleman's
Yeah.
Crest on row 4, block
All right.
33.
We'll create a new row.
Slow and steady.
Oh, yeah. So now you can go for the top.
Smart play by Marty
Once he
Mush
retires, you
right
can go
there.
for the fourth.
Whoa.
Never in
It's
doubt.
out.
Marty rocking in the house tonight.
Oh,
Fourth or this one steady one right
Oh,
in the middle.
Matthew.
Now Dave's turn inside the square of doom. Block 34.
Oh, let it bounce.
George and Short theme song.
Marty rocking in the house tonight. We know celebration.
Yep. Just try tapping it in.
Another Tittleman's Crest.
Yep, looking for the crests on the newly made row
I don't
4.
like doing it this way, I'll say that. Who said they're not a good tapper?
Now Dave wraps around.
All right, I think.
No, I think it goes.
Because you both went with the middle one.
I think you're good. I think something's open.
Might see a recoil on this one once he gets the block out. Keep your eyes peeled on the tower.
Dave has it out.
Pretty stable.
And will retower on the near side, drops it down. It's clear. And it's on to block 35. Back to Glenny Balls and Jeff. A pivotal moment here. This is the last block in the most
Way
popular
higher than the
range
last game.
in question
What's that?
2.
Yeah.
Remember,
Way higher than
47% took 30 to 35.
And Glenny Balls, a popular pick.
I hate to say it, but I think I'm fucked.
Oh,
Attaboy,
Glenny was
Balls.
giving up.
The hard F word.
It's only a
giving
matter of
up?
time.
Stay ballsy. Why do you say that?
Balls,
Balls
nothing.
bodied,
Balls, come on, balls.
bodied by barbecue Twitter this weekend.
Those trash bags.
Bought
Made
a $10
that He
brisket.
said it was
Glenny,
very
you gotta
cheap.
focus.
I mean, what were you gonna say, balls? You bought a very cheap brisket.
Was it
But
good?
I didn't like. It's not like they were
No.
expensive ones. And I bought the
bad.
cheap ones.
60 seconds
There
to pick
is
a block.
expensive.
I asked them for a brisket. That's
Jeff,
what
Glenny
it
is
is.
locked,
just-
not locked in
Nah,
today.
Glenny is
Well,
so
he's
distracted
a
right now.
brisket, a
Mentally
$1,000
incapable of not
smoker,
listening to
$10
people when
brisket.
they try to
And
talk
balls,
to him.
well, he seasoned it very well. Balls, he seasoned it well.
He found a Tittleman's Crest.
Coffee rub, applewood
Marty's
salt,
gonna kill him.
cracked
Marty
butter.
looks like he wants to kill Balls right now.
Good pull.
Still managed to get it out. Got to give him credit.
He woke up at like 5 a.m. to like make it. See, boss.
Smooth.
It's good, and that will eliminate more than 46% of the fields in question 2.
Did Glennie light a
What about
candle
that
or leave the fan on in the
the
bathroom
white,
after he was
kind of
done?
light-colored one. Yeah, that guy.
I do love brisket. I'm now very
Not
hungry
at all.
for brisket.
So was the seat still warm when you went in there?
I refused to go in there that morning. Had to.
Nothing like a warm seat. Residual butt cheek heat.
I had a heated seat once. My grandmother thought she pissed herself in my car once. Heated seat.
Heated seat. Classic. Classic
Yeah,
goof up.
Burger King.
Rhea in block 36.
She like slid her nails.
The nail was like,
inside.
it's like PEDs.
I might
She
grow
Gets
Nice.
one out with ease.
Fast, too.
She's done it like 3 times. It's not that she should, but like I want to get long nails.
And
look
it
good
is
long
good.
nails.
So
She
now
went to
back
her-
to
Like
Marty
you
Bush.
could like wiggle it in and then
Yep.
push it out with the nail.
Marty going high
very
once
smart
again.
technique, actually.
Tillman's crest on row 4. Remember, Marty the most popular pick to end this match, 42%.
Thick bigs.
He committed a violation earlier. Gets this one out.
What are we up to right now?
38.
I thought this was gonna be like low 20 the way we
Getting to the
started.
point now where no matter who loses, they've survived a very tough
I'm gonna tie
match.
that shoe.
The tower's just going to bite back at some point, Jake.
Now back to Dave, block 38. Remember, Purple Hedgehogs, their first match, it was relatively quick, only 27 blocks after Tommy Smokes and Frankie in Goose Mode took the L. Now it's a whole new ball game.
A real goof by Tommy in that last match.
Tommy might be the worst Jenga player in this office. I
Tommy
think.
does have the worst record,
JBR.
1-6 individually.
That's embarrassing.
It's
Just embarrassing.
Oh man.
Dave finds one on the west side.
He does it the lowest JVR, minus 101, negative 101.
It's out for Dave, only has one place to go on the top of the tower.
Dave smartly utilizing that belt loop for his thumb.
Kiss him a little bit.
Anchoring the hand down
What?
You gotta push yours
to the
in
side of
Push
his
him.
pants, making sure that
Spider.
he's not
Rhea's
double
blocks
touch.
in the middle.
Spider. Keep it clean, Spider.
Looks good.
Spider.
Good work.
Dave, a little back to his guy Spider.
Yep. But it's good enough for Spider there, and it's now off to Glennie Balls, block 39, and Jeff, our second most popular pick in question 2, 36 to
So really,
38,
the only ones
32%
I could do
eliminated.
is this.
Whoa.
Remember,
and
this is a rollover jackpot
Yeah.
right now. We're at $1,000.
Yep.
You go 6
$1,000.
for 6.
I mean,
It's
four-
yours. If not, we'll play
try
for
four
$1,500.
just
Jeff, less than 24 hours. We got noon tomorrow. Big Cat versus Frank the Tank.
Big Cat and Roan versus
No, that
Frank the
one's-
Tank
Try-
and Nick
try the
is
top
going to
ones
be
again, just to-
that's
I
pay per
can't do
view
any top
worthy.
ones.
Fourth one.
That I might pay to
Can't.
watch.
Kind of a March Madness
That's the
vibe
fourth
with
row.
Jenga this week. So many
Yeah.
matches
Yeah,
in
you
such
see
little
something-
time. It's great.
something's a little loose.
We'll be off
I
next
can't
week for
do it.
Thanksgiving week, by
That's
the
the
way.
4th row. You can't take anything from that row.
And Hank did note yesterday
60 seconds
the
to
cut
pick a
deadline's
block.
going to be on Black
Commissioner
Friday.
Lockwood making
Makes
sure that the
sense.
clock gets
Makes
started
sense, and I
early.
think there's going to be some potential cuts, I'll be honest.
The only possibility is this, that, and that.
He did say he was fucked
try
2
this
turns
one,
ago.
yeah?
He's back
Which one?
again.
45
One-
seconds now to pick a block,
one?
balls.
Yeah, that one looks like it was the only chance we could keep it up a little bit.
There's not many moves left here, Jake. Actually,
He's got one that's
Oh,
moving
wow.
down there.
Block 39 for balls.
Try like turn, don't.
That's a
Down to
tough
the
position
floor.
for balls,
Keep in
though.
mind, he has
Maintain
his
that
left
over a long period of
fist
time.
on the
The
table,
second hand
getting
on
very
the
You're good at
table.
close to that block.
You
Spider's
say you're
going
good
to
at
beat him
this?
to hand. I make sure there's no violation.
You can stay in that
Glennie was
position
once
I got
a
good posture.
he
For
was
how
once an
long?
umpire.
because if he's an umpire. Is that-
No. Just I have good posture.
You don't remember his
That's
call?
good posture.
You don't
I
remember
think
his
that's
call when he got
balance.
hired? You made him do his,
Okay.
his
Yeah.
umpire call. It's terrible.
Wait.
He got it out, squats up.
Woo!
Yeah, if you recall, when Glennie got hired, Dave had him do his signature strike 3
That
call.
was a thing we went through a phase. Good pull. guys.
The discipline of Glennie to not touch with that second hand is just
Good eye.
incredible.
There's a good eye there.
Jeff, we have reached the
The
40
thumb,
mark.
I'm doing the thumb.
Block
Nice.
40
Oh, what a find.
for Rhea. And she finds a Tillman's crest on row 4. That, Jeff, that's a theme we're starting to see here. The high Tillman's crests have become home for a lot of these players.
trying to not risk it. She's
Oh.
trying to push that block through as much as she
What
can.
happened over there?
Glennie just bumped into Spider. That, don't want to be touching the ref.
Guys, that's got to be demoralizing, working so hard to get a block out, and then Rhea just steps up there and just pokes it right out.
Will Marty.
Everyone on top's been taking the middle ones.
Marty actually not going to have that many options. He only
What's
has.
that, Stool?
We'll have 3
Just a
options.
boost if anyone needs it.
That's legal?
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point of getting someone tall.
Rhea focused in on this crest. In block 40.
Nice job.
Quick read
Tower.
tower.
Yeah, I'm a little worried.
Jeff, the weight of the tower starting
Starting
to
to wobble.
significantly
So you
move
literally
towards the near side of your
just
screen.
have.
There are only
Well, I wouldn't be
3
able to reach
options right now
once
for
we get to
Marty. He
this
has the
point.
bottom, and then he has 2 right around the middle. That's one of them.
That one looked like it moved a little
Oh, I'll
bit.
get
Try,
that.
try poking it.
The new
Jeff, we are in block 41 right now. This is tied for a league record. We have had 2 41 block matches here, so if Marty has a successful move, it would be the longest match in league history.
This thing has not stopped moving since Rhea towered her block. Marty's
You gotta
moving with
use
it.
that thumb.
sway, a lot of
Use
sway
that
in this
thumb
tower.
like this.
What though? There's nothing I could take.
I don't know if this absurd air conditioning unit is making it sway.
The ghost.
You can't use those. What do you stop touching those?
Why?
That
Now it's
loses the
Your
game.
tape falls.
Marty was touching a block as
What do you-
part of a
Go
split
for it,
vice,
Marty.
which
What
was
are you?
no
What are you
good.
saying? You can't do that.
I mean,
We got angry balls.
balls. You were going for the single at this point.
That's a dream of mine, is to pull the
I
single
mean,
and have it all
there's
drop.
nowhere else to go, balls.
You got. I think you got to use the one above that top one. You got to do that. Put your thumb. Yeah, use that thumb.
Ooh. Jake, this
More
tower.
tilting up top.
This tower
Maybe
is.
I think maybe go for the bottom. Go for the bottom.
It's doing circles right
What
now.
bottom? This one?
Yeah. You don't have options really.
This could be an option here. Remember, Glennie pulled the other block on the bottom.
Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
Rare to
Go back
see
to
a
slow.
bottom row block in play this late, though.
Yeah, he's going to leverage the entire tower. Now we have it, Jake. Look, we're about to get this late into the game.
It would be the latest if Marty can pull it off.
This tower's going to move. When that block gets dislodged, this tower is going to tilt.
Nice and slow.
Either of
Going
them.
He may need to tower quick to save it.
Clockwise. Some more twisting.
Ooh, it's
Marty Reese centers.
Like a dangerous spot. This thing fucking cloud.
It's out for Marty.
Nice.
He has to go on the east side for the retower. Great look here at our Sky Cam presented by Heine and Hard Seltzer.
push.
Lower that down.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Can he lock it in?
I think he's got it.
Yes, he does. Big time move by Marty Mush. And Jeff, we have a hanging tower 42 blocks deep.
double hanging tower.
It's gotta be this one, right?
Yeah, or the.
You said this is the longest game?
Or the one
That
below?
one.
Longest match in the league. We've had the 50 burger won by Rhea back in September. But in terms of the league,
Try to-
3 weeks old,
Try
this
to
is
get
the
your
longest
thumb in
match.
between it,
What do you mean in between it?
like in between that block and the one next to it, so you can kind of push it out or
Like,
wiggle it out.
aren't I doing that?
No, like move your thumb to the closer. in
Also,
between
Jeff,
the two.
if Dave completes
In
this
between
turn,
what? Oh, like
a
this?
rollover is most likely going to happen because 43
Like
plus was only picked by
this?
1% of the field.
Oh, I feel like I got steady
That's
at
tough.
Oh,
This
wait.
thing is sloppy.
that. Yeah, I got
Yes,
steady
he-
to do
It's
that.
tilted.
Losing confidence on the sidelines.
that one looks a
And
little
remember, only
looser.
11% picked Dave to pull the losing block.
How was I doing it before? I feel like that was the way to do it. I must have knocked over my finger. It's nothing. Is there any others?
To those.
No, I think those are the only two that you can go for.
Okay.
Interesting
Tower
spot
math
there,
time,
Jake.
Jeff.
Yeah.
It's pretty well in there. It's not moving at all. So it's one or the other.
Yeah, that one I would go toward the other one because that one is
Go to the
three-
one I was just touching?
Yeah, that would be 3 single blocks staying on each other then if you take
Alright.
that one.
Well, this one's like wedged in there pretty freaking good. It's not moving at all.
Yeah.
Top half continues to wobble.
I'm gonna try this one because I have to see what this
Mhm.
does. Alright. That's the one.
Dave thinks he found an answer.
No, I don't know about that. I know it's the one to go for.
It's the riskier one, but he's going to give it a whirl.
Only so many options at this point.
He only has 2 things he can do.
Right.
I can do that, right? Nah, I don't like that hand.
Or tilting.
Ace
Has
is
some
insane.
movement.
How is this thing
And remember,
staying
there is
upright?
no time limit right now. We've seen an individual turn go as long as 15 minutes with Big Ev a couple of weeks ago. And it was successful and did end up helping them win the match. So
Try
The
balancing
longest
it
turn
with
of
the
all
other
time.
fingers, too.
He's playing later today.
yep. The chalk looking to go 3-0. Next it'll be Frank the Tank and Nick versus the Berserkers.
Try going like this.
Right
like,
now we are in a
put your
pivotal
hand
moment
like
of our
this
opener.
on that and come this way and have it so that you're balancing the top. Like exactly like that. And then go towards it. But put your 2 fingers on the block above it. So
That?
yeah, so you're balancing it as you pull it
I
out.
don't have that dexterity.
Starting to loosen up.
It is loosening, but the top half continues to tilt. Sitting more.
Miss. Oh.
We're tilting that top half.
Okay.
Nearly went to the ground.
He's going to have to kind of yank there a little bit.
Is there any strategy here, or is it just
He's kind of doing all you can do.
millimeter by millimeter?
Yeah, it's inch by inch. Glenny is having a freak out. He can't believe this.
Glenny
thing
can't
hasn't
even
fallen
watch.
yet.
Glenny's turned his back. He can't even bear to look.
Remember, this is for outright first place in Group A.
This is why we play.
I thought he was better.
If it wasn't so cold in here, it'd be a lot easier.
It is.
I may take 2 hours.
That is legal. 2-hour turn.
I heard
Take as
you
long
say.
as you need.
Thanks.
Classic
his full
Hank
time,
Lockwood, just
right?
reminding him, take as long as you need, no pressure. Great job by the commissioner.
That did not come down from him.
Great job by the
Hey,
commissioner.
Rhea, watch the tape.
Jeff, those top 10 rows are wobbling every time a block
Fuck
is
you,
touched.
Glenny.
Glenny's ratting out Rhea.
Glenny getting a little confident over there.
I like
Not
that.
over
It's a
yet.
Good job.
Moves this way better.
Wait, is Glenny turning into a Karen? Do we have a Karen ball situation?
Yes, very much so.
Sometimes I get confused when Marty uses like terms like ratting out. I don't know if he's using rat like he uses rat or like everyone else does.
Never seen a tower wobble this much.
Still upright, though.
If Dave's
Question
looking
is
like
like
this
stuck
block,
in the
what's
middle.
going through your
Yeah.
mind?
And I don't.
What's that?
Can he switch blocks now?
Smart. Yeah, the tower
Or
would
no?
No
rejuvenate.
chance.
Ref?
No, it's the only one that can.
I mean, theoretically you could, but I think that's
Okay. Because I think it's gonna be
one switch per game.
That is the new rule.
They do have their switch,
Could
but
technically switch the
they only
Interesting.
have one switch.
I
Interesting
would
new rule.
try it going from this way now.
This way?
Yeah.
Which way? In or out?
PFT editorializing.
Out
Once
this
again,
way,
remind you that
side up,
PFT
down.
is in the
On
league.
one of
We
the
have to remind you
blocks.
he does.
Yeah.
He is a competitor and he has a vendetta against Hank.
I heard the new rule
Yeah.
at the beginning of the broadcast. It's just interesting. It reared its ugly head right now. That's fine. That's fine. It's fair. Transparency, you know?
Tower is twisting.
Huh.
If you go back to that way, it's going to go back in. So I would stay on this side. And just keep it balanced with the other fingers. Oh, great.
Oh
Dave
my
touches
goodness.
it wobbles even more.
Little smirk from Dave.
See Glennie and Marty building up all of their excitement. Dave pull it off.
I think this, if I move my hand, it may go down.
We're going fishing over here, Marty. Glennie, they feel like they've got this one on the hook.
Tower continues to wobble, now twisting even more.
Continues to loosen up.
He is making progress.
I feel like
It is possible. You just gotta.
I feel like I'm holding it. Like if I move my hand every time it comes out.
Rhea believes
You do?
it can happen.
Glennie thinks that Dave's got this one. He's preparing for the worst mentally.
More tilting.
That's unbelievable.
Jeff, by the laws of physics, is miraculous.
This is
still
stunning.
still upright. This top 7 or 8 rows looking like a pendulum.
Maybe try doing
block
the
above
technique.
it.
Yeah,
This is
technique
more
where you go
movement.
underneath with 2 fingers and stand on the side of it. You could just pull it out. Like going and then use
He is making progress,
Ooh.
but
try
still
balancing
an uphill
your
battle.
thumb against that block. Oh, you got it. Have it balanced.
Recoil.
Oh my goodness.
It is still in play.
Unbelievable.
Jeff, we got to be getting close to that record
think
individual
that
turn amount.
Oh, it looks great with the new seats behind there.
Yeah, the great High Noon Hard Seltzer sideline experience we just heard. We are at a 10-minute mark right now.
Still not the
ways
It's
long
to
been
go.
10 minutes.
That gives you a sense how long Big Ev's turn was a couple of weeks ago.
But again, it benefited them. They won. They're
Difference is,
2-0.
I think Big Ev's turn, he spent the majority of the time
you got it,
holding
you
the
got it.
block,
He did.
waiting to retower.
Ev's turn was him retowering.
He had already removed the block after, I think, the second minute. So 10 minutes of that was just him staring at the top of the tower and thinking to himself.
Some more tilting, but Dave has made more progress, Jeff.
It is close. Playing with the ghost noise.
Glennie and Marty, about 5 minutes ago, they thought this one was over. Now you can sense they're settling back down a little
Starting
bit.
to get a little nervous.
That thing's cooking.
I think you can twist it out that way.
All the way, go this way?
Yeah, I think you turn it and twist it, but
Rhea
try to
telling
But
Dave to
it's
go
against the
clockwise.
The thing
Yeah,
is,
but
though,
once you
if
like,
Dave gets his block
feel
out,
like
they've
it's
got a new row.
Right,
that
it
they
would
can
unleash
no,
a
no,
new
no.
row. Some more tilting.
It's still like stuck is the problem. It's not like loose.
Will the patience pay off?
This is insane, Jake.
Butta's wake on the sidelines can do nothing but watch.
He's just going to start twisting it back and forth now, and I think that might be the play.
It is still upright.
Don't throw up.
It's getting closer.
He is continuing to make progress.
twist almost did it.
Wow. He's got the majority of the block hanging out.
Still.
You got it.
Well, this back and forth strategy,
big
it seems
twist,
like
Jake.
he's figuring it out.
That was the big twist. Might need one or two more.
Getting looser and looser by the second. Mudda's Wake can't believe it, but it is not over yet.
They are going to lose it if he's able to pull this block.
I think Rita's about to have a heart attack down here. She's absolutely freaking out.
Back and forth.
I can't believe it's
Already moved to your right.
Back and forth. It's out!
Oh, it is out.
Can he
Oh,
retower? He has any place to go.
Yeah.
Chooses the middle, and it is the move of the match and perhaps the move of the tournament
Beautiful.
from El Presidente.
That was
Unreal.
really good.
About 12 minutes later, he makes it happen, and all the pressure shifts to Glenny Balls.
Glenny cannot believe it. One of the best
back.
moves we have ever seen in Stool Stream Stadium. One of the greatest moves we've ever seen in Jenga.
It would have been very
Twisted it
funny.
out. That was
It would have been very
stunning.
funny if Glenny walked up to the tower, touched it, and immediately he crashed.
Be careful, Balls. Take
43
your time.
plus, only
Yes.
1.37%
You
took
just
this
took
in
12
question
minutes.
2.
He could give you some time. Hopefully the guy in the back.
Fascinating.
10 seconds to pick a block. Just
What?
Spider with a little humor.
It's unbelievable.
With a little humor.
Spider's grinning.
We have this new row 4.
Slow.
I mean, this thing
I
is.
still cannot believe it, Jake.
Balls, take your time.
He discovered halfway through that twisting it back and forth, it would take time and
Once
patience.
he found that strategy, he knew he was in good shape.
Balls may need that patience as well, but I'm not sure Balls has that patience in him.
You can't
Like
middle
for the crest.
wiggle that middle one
I'm trying to poke it. It doesn't move.
at all.
No.
You sure you poke it?
Poke. Just poke.
Poke on this
Seen
side.
Mudda's Wake
Or on the little
use
one on the
Tittleman's
right,
crests a few times to bail themselves out. Can they do it one more time?
No.
That's not
No.
a
I
closer
don't
to the
poke.
He's not a tapper. He noted earlier he doesn't like
60
tapping.
seconds to pick a block.
There's some disputing on whether or not Glenny is tapping the blocks. A little
not
argument
tapping.
between teammates here. Marty insists that he's not tapping it. Glenny says he is tapping the block.
This thing is fucking. Are you kidding me?
Try and tap.
Shut up for 1 second.
Oh, and the chemistry issues continue for the Mudda's Wake.
45
I'm not
seconds.
tapping it.
45
I can't
seconds
tap
to
it.
pick a
Angry
Jeff,
block.
Balls
if
is
Glenny
back.
pulls this losing block, is Marty on the hot seat to get cut, you think?
I don't know. The team chemistry is a little.
Oh.
Team chemistry is a little off
Okay.
right now.
Really slow. Use it to
Mudda's Wake was
use
never
the
really
your other
to
finger to hold up the tower.
get things ready to click today. From Glenny's giggles to Marty's violation.
I don't think you could like. I don't
Bless
think
you,
you
bless
can.
you.
I think it's
the
a,
recoil on the
do what
tower.
David
If
was
he
doing, kind
dislodges
of
it,
like
how much
on
the
the
tower
back,
recoils away
and do
from
it
him and
again
then
from the other
back
side.
may knock it over. Let's see.
Balls.
He's got to be careful here.
Balls.
Wait, hold it right there. Yeah. Hold
It's
it.
going. It's going.
No, hold it.
My arm
Balls
hurts.
has most of it out.
No,
But the moment of truth.
Don't pull.
Marty telling him to freeze.
The harder he pulls, the more it's going to recoil.
Still upright. But Glenny is stuck. He is in trouble. Balls is giggling. The giggles are back. It's out. The Purple Hedgehogs move to 2-0 after Dave Portnoy has the move of the match. What are you giggling for?
The giggles did him in. He had the block.
The giggles gone.
He laughed too hard. He simply laughed too hard.
Oh my God.
An instant classic inside
On
the
the stool,
Triple S.
on the stool, Glenn.
But all alone on top of the Group A standings are the Purple Hedgehogs.
Dave survived one of the toughest moves we've ever seen, and then Glenny had it. He had the move in hand, but he started giggling. He started shaking uncontrollably, and it knocked the tower over. It progressively shook more and more until, in the end, Could not do it.
All right, let's send it down the stream to the Phillips Norelco locker. PFT is with the losers, the Mudda's Wake.
Guys, I'm down here with Mudda's Wake. It was a tough loss for Glennie Balls and Marty Mush. Obviously, they're very disappointed. Glennie, it seemed like the giggles caught up to you there at the end. What were you thinking about that was so funny when you had the block in your hand?
I don't know. Every time I hear Dave laugh, I just laugh. Like, I don't know why. And my, like, the combination of the giggles and having to reach so high, my arm hurting a little bit, is kind of what did me in there.
I could tell that there was some fatigue that was setting in when you were gripping that block. Now, Marty, you were yelling at him saying, stop giggling, stop giggling. I don't know if that helped. I don't know what you can do to make your teammates stop laughing. But it seemed like there was a little bit of strife between you and him after him shitting in your bathroom this morning, waking you up. It seemed like maybe you guys weren't on the same page. Do you agree that maybe there's some strife that might be separating Team Mudda's Wake?
How does a laugh make you laugh? I don't understand how you. What? You also could have reached.
I could still cut you.
You could shit in my bathroom. anytime you
Wow.
want.
Wow. Glennie threatening to make a public cut of Marty Mush, his teammate, through thick and thin. We'll see if that toilet's going to be open for you if you get him off your team there, Glennie.
That's true.
You're not out of it yet. You could still win. I think we're all curious to know.
Also, he told Rhea he'd
what are you
never
going to buy?
pulled a losing block right before
That's
the game.
true. That's true.
Said it was only a matter of time.
What would you guys buy with the $10,000?
We've talked about this, and I think a nice Vegas trip would be nice.
Oh, Vegas trip.
Yeah.
I hear it's lovely out there now.
Maybe not right now, but in the future, Vegas trip.
Maybe get a new smoker.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we just lost, so
Okay.
I'm not thinking about that.
Understandable. All right, back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you, Mr. Commenter. And Jeff, let's get to our close shave of the match presented by Phillips Norelco.
Yep.
Dave's official time, we have it clocked in. 13 minutes, 22 seconds, the second longest turn of Jenga ever, but it certainly paid off.
Yeah, it paid off. He found the move halfway through. He realized that twisting it back and forth also didn't give it away either. He was just silent. He was patient, twisted it back and forth. Took a bunch. I mean, probably like 30, 40 twists, it seemed, maybe even more. Second longest turn ever, but guess what? They're 2-0 because of it. It rattled Glenn. Glenn ended up giggling not long after, and we saw the replay. If he had not giggled, he would have completed the turn.
Yeah,
the laugh is what did him in. But this is one of the best moves we've ever seen in Jenga.
This close shave of the match brought to you by the Phillips Norelco One Blade, the only tool that can trim, edge, and shave any length of hair. Right now, you can save 20% on a One Blade replacement blade subscription at phillips.com/Norelco Barstool. Your style made simple. Phillips Norelco One Blade. Back down to the Phillips Norelco locker in the winner's circle, PFT with the Purple Hedgehogs.
I'm here with the Purple Hedgehogs, fresh off their victory. Dave, you had one of the longest turns in Stool Stadium history on that second to last block, the penultimate block. Did you feel any pressure from the crowd, from the gallery, being like, hey, maybe I need to speed this turn up, or were you just locked in on your own strategy?
Yeah, no pressure on that. I feel more pressure that people are picking me not to screw up. So I would have stayed 6 hours if I thought it would have helped me get the turn. It was more the pressure of not being the guy who pulls the loser.
Was there ever any moment during that last turn that you thought that it might collapse?
Once, but once I got the back and forth, I thought I was in pretty good shape.
And Rhea, it looked like you were going to have a heart attack during that last turn. What was going through your head? Did you have confidence in Dave?
I actually was very calm. I have confidence in Dave because you can see the strategy is working out in my favor. Like Dave was laughing, Glennie was laughing, then it fell. Tommy was scared last time we played because of Dave. So I feel like it's working out.
And what percentage of your money are you going to give to Hank when you win this championship after he lets you win it?
0.
She's getting all mine, so that's a Hank and Rhea decision.
$0 going to Hank Lockwood.
Yes.
You're on the record under penalty of perjury.
Okay, on the record.
Hank, you're not getting a single cent. I'll see to that. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Mr. Commenter. Congrats to the Purple Hedgehogs. They are 2-0, all by themselves in first place in Group A. And we will be back in a moment here on Stool Streams, presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer.
Thanks to Cross Country Mortgage, your boy's a homeowner right now, and the perks of owning a home are limitless. So I turned every room into a man cave. 700-inch televisions in every single wall, 360 degrees of kegerators, some spread. That's right, I put a ball pit in my house. Extra soft walls that I never have to repair. A sweet-ass go-kart track. Whoa! Hey, slow down there, Spider. Go to ccmlens.com/barstool, find out more about owning your own home. Owning a home is the way to go. Take it from your boy, PFT.
All right, thanks once again, Mr. Commenter. Now it is time to shift our focus to match number 2 of our Jenga triple header. It is Pubes 2, Nick and Frank the Tank, against the Berserkers, Billy football and Rudy and Jeff Pubes 2 needs a W.
Yeah, Pubes 2 does need a W. This is a weird one because the Berserkers have played 3 already. They could essentially seal their fate to the next round. I'm not saying it guarantees them, so don't read into that yet, but they're in fantastic position to advance to the next round. We're eventually going to start breaking out scenarios. If they win today, they're locked in. But Frank and Nick have something that I don't think they've seen yet. We've seen Billy struggle with the mental game. Big Cat is the reason why they have one loss. Billy has not had to go up against Frank singing, his dancing, his toys. What tricks does Frank have up his sleeve today? He's got something in his back pocket, I can already tell. You just don't know. I'm not sure Billy's ready for it. I really am not sure.
The first meeting between Pubes 2 and the Berserkers. And Jeff, let's dive a little bit more into Group B right now. 2-1 Berserkers. Yep. 0-1 Pubes 2. Break down Group B.
Very good match. Pubes, the original Pubes, they got their first win. It was a massive win against Pubes 2. Barely got it as well. No. Because they almost snuck away with a double loss day, which would have essentially eliminated them from the competition. 2-1 Berserkers. They're in fantastic shape. And we've yet to see Big Cat and Roan again. They've only played one match. They will play tomorrow. This is a pivotal week for Pubes 2. Basically, their season comes down to these next 2 days. They need to win today or tomorrow. Why not make it today?
Let's send it back down the stream, Spider, to introduce the rules.
Thanks a lot, Jake. Welcome, everyone, to Triple S. A couple rules before we get started. Please stop doing that, first of all. Second of all, please remain within the light green tape you see on the floor. This will be your side. Pubes 2, that will be your side. When it comes to extracting a block, please just use one hand at a time. Should you use 2, your teammate will be forced to pick the first block they touch on their next turn. Also, each match, each team will be given one opportunity to change the block they select after the time exceeds. So if I say 60 seconds to pick a block and that time exceeds, once per game, you will be able to pick a different block if you choose so. Do both teams understand the rules?
Is that each or by team?
By team. One team has one of those per game.
Thank you, Spider.
You got it. Do you understand the rules? Mm-hmm. Do you understand the rules? Please only use your phone to retweet the stream. Good luck to all the contestants. Back up to Jake Marsh and Jeff Lowe in the booth with more.
All right, thank you, Spider and Jeff. It is time to kick off match number 2. By the way, an update from the play of Barstool. We teased it earlier. Only 1% took the 43-plus range. That takes us to 68 players out of more than 12,000. Yes, we still have 2 more matches to go, but we'll monitor that number as we move along here on Stool Streams presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. So into the Square of Doom, we'll start with Nick and then Billy, Frank, and then Rudy. So it's time for Nick Tarani, the captain of Pubes 2, to begin this match.
A little team chemistry issue maybe there for Pubes 2, as Nick just had a fist bump go unbumped.
So let's see what Nick does to start things off here. He told us earlier that the Berserkers are infiltrators, and Billy has been diagnosed with a thick skull.
There was a wrestler named the Berserker. He was a Viking. So it's sort of like the Minnesota Vikings were playing, and they're playing tonight. You know, they're going to lose.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
We do remember that.
Interesting twist already there.
Yeah, we asked Frank what he thought of his opponents. He said he didn't know much about Billy and Rudy, but he said, Berserkers, what is this? Named after an 80s wrestler? It's a little diss at the team name there.
Interesting little diss.
Right back where we left off.
Sounds like it is, actually.
Yes, it is.
Guys, the sleeves are off down here for the Berserkers.
Low Vikings lose every game. Low Vikings play very lame. They're going to give up touchdowns, get lots of fumbles. Low Vikings, let's lose.
Frank, you remember this guy?
Yeah, he was disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe. Oh, so Billy is. So we've not seen Billy play well when he tries himself to do psych out things. He just tried to psych Frank out. Frank, not a fan of the yogurt soda. Frank, not bothered by it, though. Also, I do want to know, I don't think anyone here is a Vikings fan.
What's a new toy? Oh, we have a new toy. We saw Turkey last week, and now is that a leprechaun?
It's a leprechaun. I think he's doing shipping up to Boston.
The leprechaun's back.
Is he making fun of me for being Irish?
I think so.
I think that's fucked. That's like.
You have to see
I'm
that.
Irish too, so.
Rudy just brought out some hummus and waved it in Frank's face.
Oh.
We've got a psych out off going on right now.
Sabra, great
Psych
brand
off.
of hummus.
Please.
Frank eliminating the hanging tower as well.
Hey, Frank, you know the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean?
No, I don't, and I don't care to.
I can't pay $20 to have a garbanzo bean on my chest.
You know, let me read from the book here.
He's got a. Is that a book of birds and songs?
You lip-sing motley-minded fleshmonger.
What is that book?
So many props today
Fascinating
for Frank
book
the
that
Tank.
is.
He's got an insult generator.
There's a William Shakespeare insult generator book.
Is it me?
You can
Yeah.
turn
Yes, it's you.
to a random page. You pestiferous, thick-eyed jackanape. They all sound like slurs.
May not be appropriate. Wow, he brought out
So
the
Jeff,
the
just to
bird
recap,
generator.
we're only
Good, we're
9
good.
blocks
No,
in. In this
yeah,
match so far, we have seen.
I think Billy likes chickens, though. That is the thing.
Yeah, Billy's turned on.
He broke. Billy broke. He is smiling. We did just see Glenny Balls lost because he giggled in the last match. It knocked the tower over.
I'm worried I'm going to start giggling, dude.
Got it. There's one thing that makes
Frank's
Billy
already in their head.
Frank.
fully aroused.
Frank
It's
already
either
has
a dead
him
frog
laughing.
or a live chicken.
Frank trying to take out the Tittleman's crest.
Bit of a drop
Has it
there
out?
on the block.
And it's good. All right, Jeff. Let's see. Let's pause for a moment to see what is up with Frank the Tank early on.
He was doing a bit of a chicken here, trying to psych Billy out. Billy does like chickens, but it did make him laugh at the end. You'll see after he towers it. Watch right here. Billy breaks, and that might mean Frank has entered his mind. And then he looked back at him.
Billy did flat out tweet this morning. He's worried about Frank the
Yes.
Tank. There's no stepping around that one.
As he should be.
So 11 blocks in. Let's just recap what we've seen. So, oh my goodness.
Oh, he almost got Rudy.
He got me.
Rudy's a college.
Frank's barking. Billy's barking back at Frank.
All right, Jeff. While we have a
That
pause
got Rudy.
here.
Rudy's
Yes.
a fucking NCAA champion.
We have seen a chicken, a dog, yogurt soda,
going back to the book.
hummus, a leprechaun, and a book. All in 11 blocks.
Rudy has heard chirps so much worse out on the rink, but that is the one that got him.
But
You're up.
when I was reaching, that was scary. It scared the fuck out of me, so be ready for that.
Hold on, Tank. Hold on. Pause. It's actually you, Nick.
What?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. The order's on the wall behind Billy if we need to confirm.
Did we go out of order?
Nick at 12 is the correct turn.
Nick found an easy one.
By the way, the numbers from the Play Barstool app are in. And once again, the Stoolies are not believers in Frank the Tank. 60% took Frank the Tank to end this match. Only 18% at Billy, 13% at Nick, and 10% at Rudy. I don't know.
Oh, it's an ambulance. Oh, he's hexing him too.
He's giving the whammy.
Is that a European ambulance or an American ambulance?
I think that was the police academy. The entire gambit of sound effects.
Frank upset. That one didn't work.
Frank's a
quite
little
to
out
his
of breath
advantage.
right now.
Yeah.
Block 14.
Don't listen to
Getting
him.
close. Two hands on the
Keep
table.
watching.
Frank
watch
is
your other
not
hand,
bothered
actually.
by things. That's that I will say. Billy is wasting his time right now and his energy. He needs to save his energy for ignoring Frank the Tank at this point.
Yeah, and Billy and Rudy's one of their previous matches. They were chirping all night long with Billy.
Hit him with the
And
dance.
some celebration here from Frank the Tank. Smart to do that when your turn is complete.
Wobble, wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble.
It's working.
Nick telling his teammate to commit to this strategy of animal noises.
Yeah, you can't stop now. You have to continue to bring them out. Frank needs to sit back. He needs to cook up some new noises, some new things to psych them out. I do think it's working. They are still laughing.
Yeah, PFT, what are you hearing down there from the Frank camp?
Stay strong.
Guys, as much prep as you can tell Billy put into this game, there's just no mental reps that he can possibly take to prepare him for Frank.
Wow, the can song.
That boy Billy.
He is deep inside Billy's brain right now.
Billy can barely focus.
Hey, Billy has no response for Frank. You can tell that Billy keeps thinking of a million different comebacks, none of them witty enough to possibly deflect from the barnyard noises that Frank is making.
PFT, they had the yogurt soda, they had the hummus. That didn't even raise Frank. Did nothing.
They shot their wad too early with their props, and it was glancing blows at best.
Genius move by Frank to break out the burns early. They used up theirs way too quickly, and now they're out of them.
La 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 la, you're gonna topple the tower. La 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 la. Fall tower, fall. Jenga towers falling down. Jenga towers falling down on this turn.
Frank, you got a pretty good range.
Yeah, you have
You got
a
range,
thunderous
dude.
voice.
Beautiful voice.
Actually, he can go louder.
Frank, you know,
And we
Axl-
have plenty
Axl
of
Rose
people
has the
having a
greatest
front
range.
row seat at home to Frank's melodies right now. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or the blog, be sure to like and subscribe on the platform you are watching. Jeff, we've said it before, we can say it again. Statistically, it brings good luck and a better chance for you to win Progressive Jackpot if you like and subscribe.
Exactly, and you can, again, it's not just the luck, it's not just the karma. You got to study, you
Here
got
you
to
go,
do a game film.
Every
Fun to
match.
watch.
La 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 la, you're gonna pull the tower down. La 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 la, you're gonna pull the whole tower down.
is that Kesha? Is that Kesha theme?
A place in France where the naked ladies dance, there's a hole in the wall with the men.
I thought that was TikTok by Kesha.
We all don't care.
Block
Because they have no
22 for Frank the Tank.
There's
Counting
a place
now.
downtown where the freaks
Remember, his
go.
last match went to 35.
That's TikTok.
Finds a Tittleman's crest.
Great fun. Look how easy
Frank
this
the
is.
Tank.
I didn't know you know
Touch it on the
Kesha.
breast.
It's a lot harder to catch.
Can you
I didn't know
breast to
from someone else.
re-hold it?
No, Kesha's the OG.
It's tiny.
No,
It's
Kesha-
like
Ignore
80,000
them.
years
Don't
old.
take
Ignore
anything
them,
from Kesha.
Frank.
Kesha's the OG.
It's older than me.
Billy's just getting
And I'm older than
mentally
dirt.
alphaed by Frank.
Billy
Sad to see it.
Billy has been He's out of breath.
Jeff, we are witnessing.
Stay strong, Rudy. Stay strong. Stay strong.
I'm so close to him.
Here, try this one. That doesn't look load
You're
bearing.
running out of time. Da 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 da.
Great
da,
tribute.
da,
Rudy, a
da.
bit of a slip there.
Da da
Poke,
da
poke,
da
poke.
la. Da 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 da.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh,
Da,
tower's
da,
twisted.
da, la, da da da.
Frank's got to keep it going. He can't stop
La
now.
la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
R.I.P. Alex Trebek.
Yes, great tribute there by the 45-year-old from Belleville, New
that's-
Jersey.
Great tribute indeed. I'm sure Alex Trebek, rest in
Touching
peace,
tribute.
very appreciative of that one.
So now back to Nick Tarani, block 24.
Frank is the human vuvuzela.
I would imagine the Vuvuzela noise is what we get next now that you just said that.
Nick going with that Tittleman's crest on row 4. Nick said his strategy, he was going to put some words into his teammates' ear and tell Frank that the Berserkers, they're on steroids right now. Not sure how he would react to that.
Nick is usually a psych out guy himself, not in like this the way Frank is doing it, but he'll throw some quips, some bits out there. That's a demon noise. That's a demon noise, I believe.
A feral hog.
Billy with a quick turn, though, and that's all the Berserkers can do is limit Frank the Tank's outside noise by having quick turns. Puts a little bit of pressure on them.
has to keep focused, though. He's got to make the pulls. He finds them that's coming out pretty easy.
A lot of the attention goes to Frank's defense and the whammies that he puts on you, but offensively, he's a solid player. Watch the extraction. He's going to rest it on his bosom after he extracts it, reposition, and put it right up. He's got a method. The Frank method works. And now Billy is going to troll Hank. Or he's going to troll Frank by blowing the
He's not even
soda
paying
out.
attention to Billy. It's such a wasted effort on the part of Billy right now. He's got to refocus and think now.
Blocked.
Just ignore him.
Breath! Bad breath! Get some scope! You don't?
Wow, he just roasted Rudy's breath.
Said
No,
breath of trash.
I think he said my breath was trash.
Frank,
whose breath is trash?
Garbage.
Yeah, he was trying to breathe on me.
No, I was trying to
Don't
give
leave a
you a
block
whiff
there,
of the
Rudy.
soda.
Oh, my bad.
You're good.
Yeah, it is your bad.
Here, that one looks loose, non-load bearing, other side.
Boo!
That one's a pull.
Boo!
He goes.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Oh.
Pull the block. You're gonna topple the tower.
Oh, it's a shame. I
Jeff,
wanted
Frank's
more of
making
that
our
one.
jobs very easy this match.
Yeah,
We don't have to say much.
I did want more of the Scooby-Doo song. I do hope he brings that out.
Oh, he's going back to the Phillips
Hank
Sunoco locker. Perhaps a new prop from Frank the Tank. Oh,
Just
just
a
a sip of water. Never be too sure.
Whoa. Are you allowed to sit?
Billy now trying to make up new rules.
Billy, a veteran, should know those rules.
Yeah, Billy's actually played, tied for the most matches in the office. He's played 10. He's 6-4. Liz has the best record. We'll see her coming up later this afternoon at 7-3.
What number are we at?
29 blocks deep.
Let's start playing. Let's start doing the math because we're gonna get to the point soon.
Oh, Billy's going to start crunching numbers.
Yes, the last time that
He's
happened.
going sideways.
Bong cuckoo! Bong cuckoo! Bong cuckoo! Boo! Brant, 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 brant,
60 seconds to pick a block.
Brant, 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 brant.
Billy gets one out with ease.
Place.
And Jeff, to break down Frank's sounds from this one, I think we're seeing a mix of a haunted house, a kid's movie, and I don't even know what else to say.
I'm bummed out he didn't go back to the Hanna-Barbera well. Maybe some Jetsons theme next. We're going to get
Let's go, ready?
Frank.
Flintstones.
All kinds of time.
30 blocks deep. Frank the
This is a
Tank.
quick match, too.
Remember, we are in the middle of the most popular pick in question four. 30 to 35, picked by 41% of the field.
Billy's trying to find himself in the mud with Frank, but you can't out Frank.
That's not budging either.
What will Frank the Tank do here? Frank gets it up.
It's still standing. I beat it again. Now it's gonna fall. Fall the tower down. It's gonna fall. 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 La 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 la.
Watch
Fall. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Hit the middle.
La 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 la. Ding 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 ding.
Over here.
Nick joining in on it
It's the
now.
Woody Woodpecker Show.
Oh!
Make the easy.
Woody
Put it on
Woodpecker
your right
reference. We've
side so
not
you have
had
to-
that on
you
Stool
have to
Streams
jump
ever.
Jeff, they do have a Woody Woodpecker roller coaster at Universal Orlando.
They do, yeah. It's one of the popular characters. Also, Dudley Do-Right.
If we could
Yes,
pull
great
forward-
Ripsaw Falls.
Yes.
One of the
minimize
wettest
the
water rides I've ever been on.
Frank has to be a Dudley Do-Right fan.
That's definitely one of them.
Dudley Do-Right, Popeye's up there, and
Jake, not a Disney shill, not mentioning anything from Disney.
Splash Mountain, you don't get that wet.
Jake, we're going to have to disagree on this one.
Jake, what the?
It is literally called Splash Mountain, but you just don't get that wet.
Jake, we're going to disagree and move on from this one.
Okay. As the native Floridian, been on it enough. And I had Universal as my bar mitzvah theme.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Touche.
Yeah. Now back
Wait.
to this match.
Your
Yes.
bar mitzvah theme?
Yeah.
It was themed like Universal Studios, or did you go there?
Both.
It's kind of stuck in there, Frank.
Okay.
Yeah. So fun time.
Whoa, almost. And the reverse pull is a Nick special. He does it quite often when he's in here.
Row 4.
Big fan of chain
Highest you can
wallets.
go.
Circus peanuts.
And a successful pull on block 32.
Made that rather easy.
So
Yeah.
this is sketchy.
And he drops it down for another full slate.
Look at that. The way he works around
Good.
that tower is
Careful, Billy.
effortless.
Don't get too crazy.
Back to Billy, block 33.
That left side one is looking scrumptious. You really can only play left side right now.
Yeah. I got an idea for after this pull.
You can't do that.
Oh, and Frank saved that one.
That's Chewbacca, yep. Chewbacca with bronchitis.
60 seconds to pick a block.
Take your time. Take your time. Attaboy.
Billy gets it out. And Jeff, no matter what happens here, you've got to credit the Berserkers. They are staying locked in despite Frank's shenanigans in the dugout.
What are we thinking, Frank?
I have to commend Billy because Billy has had moments where mentally he gets
Frank,
rattled and he loses.
can I
but
do
think
some
he
higher
is-
ones?
He's broken through. He's
Watch
as
that
focused as he
second
was
hand.
in the beginning of the match right now.
Oh my God.
34 for Frank.
This match is flying right now.
It's out. Will he go east or west? Stays west. Drops with ease, and Frank the Tank makes it look easy.
Middle.
You think you can pull the middle on the fourth?
Yeah.
But make the poke.
Billy, don't pull the bad block. You're gonna suck every
Billy.
night.
It's Rudy in the square.
Billy, don't pull the bad block.
Come back and make you my. I know some.
Rudy, Rudy, Roo.
He's changed course.
Rudy,
Back to
Rudy,
Rudy.
I
Roo.
don't know, Billy.
But
Can you make any headway on it?
Jenga
60
towers
seconds to pick a
falling
block.
down, falling down, falling
yeah.
down. Jenga
his
towers
favorite song.
falling down on top of Rudy's head. La 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 la.
Rudy,
La la la. La 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 la.
Rudy gets it out. And Jeff, we mentioned it earlier on.
What do you think about your
how
Miami
they deserve
Dolphins? They
some
look like a good
props.
football
Playing
team.
pretty good. I can't believe how long this is
You
going.
would probably pull that.
Talking about the Dolphins on the
gonna have a
side there,
tough
and I'm
pull.
very excited
2
about
or
Tua.
3-0 as a starter.
Guys, Frank's getting a little exhausted right now. He's taking a seat in between
This
turns.
is going to be a tough one.
You can
but
tell that the
there's still
longevity of
2
this game
spots
is
you
getting
can
to
go.
him here.
We just got to
To the
make
point
sure
where I'm
we
gonna be
pull
toast.
it.
Frank just said he might be
Actually,
toast.
no. I'll go middle on the new
Count
one,
Frank the Tank.
and then they're going to be forced to do one of those.
You'll be able to get the side launcher thing when I come back.
Yeah, this thing's gonna stay.
Big move there. That's a big move, and it's time to start looking at
Like,
what's
little
available
PF
right now.
Okay, so I mean, you could.
Should I just take?
You could try to get that one, but it's gonna be sketchy.
I-
Or just go
I
top.
could just,
You gotta go top.
because that one's loose.
Thank you.
It's going to force harder.
Billy, don't pull the bad block. You're gonna crash the whole tower.
That away.
Damn it.
That's okay.
Billy makes it look easy
Solid.
at block 37.
All right, Frank.
Only 2 moves for Nick to make here.
That's my go,
Excuse
actually.
me, for Frank to make.
Yes,
excuse
Frank's
me.
turn, block 38.
And plus, once they hit this, you're going to get
Frank is exhausted, guys.
fourth.
Let's wait. What's
I know they need one more.
Frank's taking some breathers at the Phillips Norelco locker.
I don't know,
Some more
guys.
twisting. Wow!
And he paused!
No hesitation.
Yeah, this is.
That's good. That's good.
And it's good!
By Frank the Tank!
Let's take another look at Frank the Tank. It was twisting. Jeff, 99% of the players in this office would have shook if they saw the amount of tilting here, but not Frank the Tank.
Wait, what did you say?
We're going to go to a replay.
That was unreal. I don't know how he said, fuck this, I'm pulling it right now, no pause, no break, no analysis. One of the quickest, cleanest pulls we've seen in this match. Nearing the 40, this is unbelievable.
Pressure! Press it down on you! Press it down on me, no matter what. Under pressure! Do. You gotta handle pressure! Pressure! Pressure!
This is the most annoying song yet, Jake.
Pressure! Pressure!
Oh, there goes the
leprechaun's
leprechaun.
out.
The cherry on top.
Oh, no.
Jeff, you know what the best part about
Is
this
that a leprechaun shaming people about looking for a handout? Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
The best part about this is we get Frank the Tank again. Frank the Tank will be kicking off our broadcast tomorrow against Big Cat and Roan. And if you're Big Cat and Roan, you got to be loving this because you're wondering if Frank will have a voice left for tomorrow.
Frank may lose, but Frank does sing a lot in his videos. Frank cooks, like Tank cooks, excuse me.
Wobble, wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Tilt, tilt, tilt. Come on, Eileen. Crash the tower down. It will fall up on top of your head. Come on, Eileen. It's starting to lean. It's gonna fall and land on top of your head. Come on, Eileen. It's gonna fall and land up on top of your head. Come on, Eileen. You know it will fall. It's gonna crash and it's gonna fall.
Yeah, keep slow and steady, slow and steady.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Quicker the better.
Oh.
Like ripping off a Band-Aid.
How's the load, Barry?
I have no idea.
Tilt, tilt, tilt. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble.
Rudy gets it out.
Rack it up, rack it
Can
up.
we get to the 40 mark for the second straight match today?
I just go straight middle for now.
Frank is leaving it all out in the court right here. He's having to retire to his stool in between turns, refresh, rehydrate, get that energy back up.
All right.
All right, Jeff.
I know that's
Chemistry issues once again prevail for Pubes too, as Nick is left hanging.
Look how fired up Nick was. Went for the high five. Nothing from Frank. We saw Frank refuse to give him the fist bump earlier. Frank apologizing now. Was not intentional.
All right, let's take one more look.
I mean,
not even a chance.
Frank was looking at him in the eyes. Frank did apologize, though. That was the second time Nick's been denied that.
All right, we are 40 blocks deep, and it's now to the top of the order. Back to Nick Tirani. Remember,
Frank,
only 10%.
what's it feel like to be in the zone?
39 to 42.
And that right there, Nick with a...
Hopefully Nick could get the pull here, because I just don't know how much longer this could go. I mean, I've gone longer than I went the first time. I mean, 40, you get to 40, it's miracle. You're in miracle territory.
And Rudy and Billy are furious because they knew that if Nick had pulled that middle block, they would be in a position to pull the last block and force Frank to have to do a tablecloth move. You heard Rudy say this is bullshit, but Nick, just a smart player, an experienced player, he has done a great move, a great service for Frank because they now continue the match they would have been in basically a game-ending scenario.
Block 41 for Billy football.
Frank notably silent on this pull. Where was Frank? Where was Frank?
There's one move we can do, I think.
Only one move here for Frank the Tank. There's one
This
block.
left one.
Block 42, Frank the Tank. He pulled the losing block in his last turn.
That
Needs to avoid disaster here. There it is, the one block on the tower right now.
You force.
Oh, he's quick. Whoa. It's quick. He got it out.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable! Wow! And that is leaning so much, but here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's the
We have a
thing.
new fourth row.
If Rudy can get that middle block out, that's the only move for Rudy. If he can get this out, Nick will be forced to do a tablecloth move, but there's no guarantee Rudy can do this.
Block 43 for Rudy.
He's asking, I believe, to reposition the block.
I don't think we've seen a retower.
Proceed. Yeah.
So he's going to retower to even out the weight of
So
the
a
tower.
double retower.
We've never seen that.
But it was legal. They did check with Spider.
And now he's going to go for the middle. If he can do the middle, he will force a tablecloth move, but that is not working in his favor right now.
Together for Rudy.
It may not be worth it.
Frank is leaving it all out on the turf.
I think
Pull
they got
that one.
one.
Force Frank to pull the other one. The middle's too.
And now if Rudy towers this, if Nick pulls the last block, that forces Billy to do a tablecloth move, but this may be the only move they have. This game is about to end very soon.
Oh, shit.
Rudy,
put the block,
if he
put it
towers
back.
this.
No, Rudy, don't.
Oh.
Because then Nick takes the next one. I have no more pulls.
I think
Just
Billy's,
put it back. Put it
Billy's
back.
asking
I
Rudy
can't
to
put it back.
Had it out
Because
Billy wants to put it back. What an error on their part. They should have kept going for that
Right
middle
there.
block. I don't know why they
Go
did
for the middle
that.
block. Go for the middle block.
What a selfish move by Billy Football.
Well, no,
Wow.
The block was cleanly extracted.
You got to
Billy
put it
did
all
not
the way
want to be-
back.
Billy saw the loss incoming.
be
If he
all
had towered that, Nick would have been able to pull the block on the other side and force Billy to do a tablecloth move.
That's great props because Billy believes that Nick will not end it on their next turn.
This is unbelievable. Now they're going back to the middle block. Wow.
What a risk here for the Berserkers.
But the problem is that middle block is not moving. I think Rudy was right. I'm going to correct myself. I think Rudy actually made the right call because the middle block isn't moving. I think you'd rather put it in your opponent's hand than just have to do a crazy pull that would knock the tower over. You make the easy move, put them out there to potentially knock it over.
30 seconds.
Billy got rid of a sure thing, asked him to go back towards the center block. It's going to be much more difficult to release.
But I think you really
15 seconds.
Pull it against the right block.
10 seconds. 10, 9,
Oh no!
8, 7,
We might have a
6,
might have a win for Frank and Nick.
Now he's going the right side.
3.
Oh wow! And this
to do
is
it.
Billy Football.
But he still has to retower.
He does. So here's the situation. Here's the situation. If Nick pulls that block on the side, which the tower is not stable, and places it, Billy will be forced to do a tablecloth move.
Block 44. Nick has one option
Billy's been in that position before.
and has been unsuccessful.
It's not that easy though.
Pulls that.
As the kids say, I am here for Frank the Tank defeating Billy Football.
But Nick has his work cut out for him.
Because Rudy had to replace it, it's not quite as easy as it was before. Nick, this is not a guarantee right now.
So it's interesting. That last turn, Rudy extracted 2 blocks. Neither of them were the initial one he wanted to get out.
This is going to be tough.
Nick has a powerful finger slap right there. That's a signature
Nick
move.
trying to
They call
even
him the drill
out
bit.
the balance a little bit here.
Oh, that's a single! And the Berserkers move to 3-1, an inch closer and closer to clinching a playoff berth.
Unbelievable what we just saw. We've never seen that before. Basically, if Nick had pulled that block, Billy would have needed to pull off the first tablecloth move. That's why Billy made Rudy put the other block he had back, and it ended up being the winning move because the way he placed it back, Nick really had nothing. That block was too stuck, so it wasn't by design initially, but that ended up being the winning move. Rudy, props to him for what he just pulled off. It's why they're 3-1, and they are as close to all the way through to the next round as it gets. They are sitting very pretty right now as Nick and Frank, a valiant effort. Frank, I don't even know how his voice is holding up right now, PFT.
3-1, all alone on top of the Group B standings.
Wow.
And in the basement at 0-2, it is Pubes 2. Nick and Frank the Tank are at the Phillips Norelco locker with PFC.
Down here with these two losing team is a hard-fought battle. Thought they were going to pull it off at the end. Frank, it looked like you ran out of gas towards the end there. You ran out of different songs to sing. There were a couple turns where you didn't even sing any songs. Were you at a point where your body was just giving up on it?
We're on to Big Cat and Ron.
On to Big Cat and Roan. Nick, the last tower piece that you had, I thought you were going to have it. You were doing the patented drill bit move. I thought that you were going to be able to extract that block. When did you realize it wasn't going to work?
We're on to Big Cat and Ron.
Frank, what was your favorite song that you sang today? Was it the Woody Woodpecker song, the Scooby-Doo song, or was it Jenga Tower Falling Down?
We're on to Big Cat and Ron.
You heard it here first, guys. They're on to Big Cat and Roan.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Commenter. Jeff, now it's time to move on to our close shave of the match presented by Phillips Norelco. It was the penultimate move for the second straight match. Rudy changed gears, but it was legal.
A very legal move. We've seen it before. We've seen people put blocks back in the past. Never in this moment, obviously, so it's an unprecedented move. But he takes this block out. Billy realizes, hey, if we do that and Nick pulls the other block, I'm going to be forced to do a tablecloth move, something that's never been done before. He says, okay, put it back. Rudy then tried for the middle block, but knew that if he pulled the middle block, the tower would fall. Ended up taking the other side, told Billy, hey, look, it's all I got. But in the end, it ended up being the winning move. All he got was the winning block, a huge one, as they moved to 3-1.
Winning block and legal indeed. Down to the winner's circle, the Phillips Norelco locker, 3-1 Berserkers with Mr. Commenter.
Yeah, I'm down here with the Berserkers. They're got to be feeling good after that win. It looked like things were dicey for a little bit. How far into your head was Frank the Tank with his songs?
I mean, it was ridiculous. There was like some anti-Irish slander in the beginning, and then he started, making. I didn't know what was animal noises and what was songs, but we just played fundamental Jenga, and when you get above 40, you start doing math, and the math checked out for Rudy to pull the middle, but we realized it was so unstable that I might as well just take the side, and hopefully Nick doesn't have the steady hand at the end when the top of the tower is that volatile, and it worked out. So hopefully we make the playoffs and we can start focusing really getting going for that 10K.
Rudy, what would you say to all the people out there? And there were the vast majority of them that were saying that your arms continue to look better than Billy's when you go sleeveless.
I would say thank you for the support, and with all the support, they continue to grow. It's all them.
Rudy, the arms guy on the Berserker team. Remember that. Back to you guys in the booth. There's nobody in the booth. Booth is unoccupied, so we're going to play a hype video. Get hype. Hype.
There's no one better in terms of the mental game in Jenga than Big Cat. He knows how to get under somebody's skin. What he did to Billy football, he altered that game. They are 1-0 because of Big Cat, causing Billy to make errors.
They got in my head.
Frank the Tank, though, it's no Billy football. He sings.
Jenga towers falling down on KFC's head.
He dances. He brings out toys.
We've never seen that here. That looks like is it a turkey?
It's working.
He'll pull out all the stops.
But this thing is wobbling and hopefully it will fall. Fall.
What he did to KFC, what he did to fights, I don't care if he lost. They were so rattled they couldn't speak.
That was fucking annoying. Okay. That was really fucking annoying.
Prediction for this one is nearly impossible. Big Cat, one of the top 3 guys in the league in terms of talent, just pure Jenga talent.
You're not out of the woods yet. I felt that one in the bottom of my balls.
Put it on there.
I'm actually standing with the hair, and I'm being told the bottom of my balls, Rudy.
But Frank the Tank levels the playing field with the intangibles. He will turn this game upside down. Big Cat will have no idea what hit him.
I'm here with Spider, the official. He is the man that stands in between chaos and just regulations here in the arena. Spider, it's a tough job. You're getting roasted in the chat right now. People are saying all sorts of slander about you. I wanted to give you the opportunity to defend yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I think you call it on the field as you got to stand by your calls. I don't think that was an illegal move to reset. It wasn't an illegal move, rather, to reset the block like Rudy did, and I stand by the call I made and the support that I have in my ears. So that's really what it comes down to. We made that call. We thought it was legal, and we're going to roll with it. So the reality of the situation was presented, and the outcome of the game was decided shortly thereafter.
One thing people don't realize, this is your ass in the jackpot in a situation like that. So if they want to come at you, then it's your ass. It's also going to be their ass in the jackpot too, but you're willing to wear that. You're willing to wear the burden of responsibility. You are the man in the arena that makes these calls. You're not backing down from anything that you did. We can read it in your post-match report. I'm sure that there will be a lot of questions afterwards, but the bottom line is just stand by your call.
Absolutely, and that's the name of the game. Every time I put on the stripes each morning, I look in the mirror and I say, I want to be honest. I want to have the utmost integrity that I can, and try to not be a factor in these matches. And I try to make that as much possible. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case here today.
We also have a great replay, I think, of the call in question that we're going to take a look at and just smooth things out. Never mind.
PFT. No, of course PFT. Yeah, I think people, they have to remember that this has happened before. By the way, there is the tower falling. The replacing of a block has happened before, but I think in this scenario is what making people question it a little bit. Super legal move. We've seen people place block. Remember we even talked about that with Dave. Dave almost put a block back. Rhea said, hey, let's change course to go to a different block. You can put the block back if you take it out, because there's not a guarantee that the block's going to slide all the way back in as it is. It was a good move by Rudy, good move by Billy. They survived what was, look, I like Frank a lot. One of the most annoying psych outs I've ever heard in my life. My ears are still ringing, but that's why Frank's Frank. I loved it. In the moment, you're like, holy shit. Now you're happy you experienced one of the craziest things we've seen. What he's going to bring for Big Cat tomorrow, I don't know. They need to win tomorrow. They can't fall to 0-3. He's going to have to bring so much heat, so much fire. I don't know if Frank's got it in him, but he is going to have to deliver because they need the win, and Big Cat is a mentally strong player.
Yeah, we have one team in danger of going 0-3 tomorrow and another right now. It is the grand finale of our match. It is David versus Goliath, 2-0, DeChalk versus 0-2, Josh Dumel in Group C.
0-2, they got to get the win here. DeChalk, Captain Liz, Big Ev, they've been called the best team. Bunch of people saying it earlier. Even Rhea was referencing a Liz move, telling Dave how to navigate the tower. Dave asked, is she good? Rhea said, easily one of the best. And here we go. Can they move to 3-0, the first 3-0 team? If they move to 3-0, they are essentially on their way to the end. You can't see anything falling apart for them at this point. So a very pivotal match here for both teams for two incredibly different reasons. Big Evan Liz can afford a loss today. Josh Dumel cannot.
All right, Jeff, we have some breaking news. Literally breaking news right now. We have our first cut in the Jenga League. Kate is done. She is out of the league.
Wow.
Welcome, Gay Pat, to Team Josh Dumel with Captain Cons. He's a brand new competitor. Kate is out of the league.
Unbelievable. That's shocking news. But Cons on a knee. I don't know if it's like in memoriam of Kate, but Kate, yeah, she's fine, by the way. She's still here. Yeah, Kate cut from the league, and Pat has stepped in. So the first new player we've seen, which is interesting because Josh Dumel was very pleased with the performance this morning, but I think maybe with the media, and we'll show it now, we were actually with Josh Dumel breaking down game film of what happened in their last match. Obviously, Kate has been involved with two very tough towers, put Cons in a tough spot. And, of course, in the first match, she showboated against PFT and Kelly Martin, turned around, and the tower fell. We talked to Josh this morning, and he watched the game film, and he seemed to be pleased. But, again, we are the media, Jake.
Yes.
And the media, you don't always get the full picture if you're the media because they're not always going to tell them everything they see. There is Josh breaking it down. He seemed decently happy. He liked what Cons was doing, but I think during our games film session, he seemed to appreciate Cons the most. So maybe he was like, I'm done with Kate. Maybe he didn't want Kate on the team anymore. He is the owner. He does own the team. But at the end here, he actually gave, you'll see this.
Captain Cons and Kate. Hey, good luck today, Captain Cons and Kate.
He gave Captain Cons and Kate a good luck.
Wow.
Bill, maybe he had a change of heart at the last second there because now he's got Pat, he's got Cons, the most active owner we have, Josh Dumel, making the big move, making the change. The Transformers and Las Vegas star himself also loves Simon's got a new movie coming out soon. He makes the move, new team on the floor, 0-2 trying to save the season.
How about that? Our
Unreal.
First celebrity appearance in Stool streams. Wish him good luck. Could that be the turn? They need everything they can get today facing the 2-0 DeChalk.
Personal message from Josh Dumel, their real team owner.
Wow. Well, they are 0-2 in Group C, and they need a win in the worst way. And as we await for Liz to start this one off, Liz and Big Ev, How are they so good? Is it luck? Is it experience? What is it?
It's definitely a bit of experience. Definitely a bit of experience, but Liz was good off the get-go, too. So some people just have that, I don't know, they have that ability. She's a prodigy. She's a fucking Jenga prodigy, I guess. Yeah. It's a crazy thing to be a prodigy in.
Right. I know.
But, yeah, it's pretty clear they're one of the best teams here. Spider making his way down to the floor. A lot of delays here in this third match after a couple crazy first 2 matches. This is some pretty wild stuff we're seeing here today. Breaking news, shaking up the airwaves, shaking up the waiver wire. I know the NBA is dishing out a lot of trades right now, but what we've seen here today is it's fascinating stuff for the team owner to step in like that and make the call, make the move. We knew Pat was a possibility, but maybe Khan's getting cut was the possibility. But no, is Khan's a de facto captain now?
I don't know, but
I'll text Dumel. I'll text him.
Jeff, if we twirl back a few weeks to the draft,
I texted Josh Dumel just now.
Pat was one of the snubs who was not happy that he was not picked. But here we go. He has a chance here to prove himself.
Yeah, Pat didn't play much either, so I think that might have been one of the reasons why he wasn't picked. But I think he's in maybe the best spot. Now, you don't really want to get picked up by an 0-2 team, but you're on it. Before he had no shot at $10,000, and now he has a shot. And that's better than not having any ability to potentially pick up a nice little payday here. As we see the JBR of Big Ev, 47.2, one of the better ones in the league. Big Ev had to kind of move to the center block a little bit. We know Big Ev. I talked to him a little bit outside of the game. This is a direct source from Ev. He prefers the outside block. He plays it safe. That's what Liz knows how to do. We saw last match, too. Liz kind of saved the match. Told Ev, hey, pull this block. This sets up the other side for a losing effort, and that is why Cons and Kate are 0-2. Liz, very high JBR, one of the highest in the league. She's also an outside block, though, mixed in the center block as well. 2 stout competitors, nothing flashy. They're not going to do anything that blows people away. By the way, PFT highest JBR in the league at over 100. But they will win, and that's all that matters when you're going for that $10,000.
All right, let's send it down the stream, Spider, with our competitors to kick off our grand finale.
Thanks a lot, Jake. I'm down here on the sidelines. Couple rules before we get started. Please remain inside these light green, yellow taped lines you see on the floor. The chalk, you will be on this side. For extracting a block, only use one hand at a time. Should you use 2, your teammate will be penalized and forced to extract the first block they touch on their next turn. Now, new rule today. Should the time expire and you go past the 60 seconds to pick a block, and you're forced to touch that, remove that block, you will have 1 chance per game to switch your block. Okay? 1 chance per game per team to switch the block. Do you understand the rules? Do you understand the rules?
Yes, sir.
Back to Jake and Jeff in the booth. Good luck to all the contestants.
All right, thanks so much, Spider. Let's kick things off, Jeff. It is time for our grand finale of Stool Streams 24. The order will be Cons, Liz, Pat, a.k.a. Kate, and Big Ev. So let's start things off with Captain Cons. It is do or die time for Team Josh Dumel.
It is do or die time, and he is into the square.
Cons with an individual record of 2-2, but all that matters is the league play right now and the quest for 10K. Remember, the winner of this league in January will get $10,000.
Aggressive opening block by Cons right there. Just
Great
dove
job,
right in.
Thank you.
Be interesting to see how Liz and Big Ev respond to this last-minute change, a little gamesmanship, going up against a competitor they had not watched film on. But if I know one thing about Liz, I don't think it's going to get in her head at all. She is just cool as a cucumber, calm and collected down there in the Jenga field. Nice and easy first round for her. I don't think that she'll have a problem adjusting this.
And of course, PFT, I have to note, in the fairness of the broadcast, you are in this group.
The group of death.
You are 1-0 in this group. The other 0-1 team is the Rangoon Wranglers, where you have Josh Dumel at 0-2 and the Chalk at 2-0. So, you know, we know you're a little biased in the booth, but you're trying your best here.
It's a group of death, Jeff. I'm gonna try to keep it and call it square. But again, I think that both teams are pretty solid here. We have defeated Team Josh Dumel, but granted, that was Josh Dumel 1.0.
You poopy head.
So one way down the cycle right now.
Con's dropping a poopy head. Might be getting a yellow card issued for that language later.
2-0 versus 0-2. And Jeff, we've said it before, but this is going to go a long way in determining the outlook of the UFC.
You just have to think, if they go 3-0, does Big Ev and Liz that should all but seal their fate. We're going to start having some probably group scenarios starting on.
What up? Can you do that?
Tomorrow. I keep forgetting.
Yes, we have 3 this week.
Yeah, 3
You can
tomorrow.
use your fingers to touch
if you're not amped for the Frank the Tank Big Cat matchup now,
After what you saw today, wow,
unbelievable.
All right.
Remember to make your picks. Special start time, noon Eastern. Noon Eastern, Stool Streams 25. Big Cat and
Excuse
Roan
me.
versus Frank
My
the Tank
apologies for that burp.
and Nick. A potential elimination game in all likelihood for Pubes too.
Big noon Stool Streams. I like it. I'm actually very much looking forward to the potential matchup between Frank the Tank and Dave. I think that might actually come to blows if they ever meet each other.
Well, they are in different groups, but could set up something in the playoffs if Pubes 2 goes on a little bit of a run. Speaking of playoffs, a win by DeChalk in this match right here would put them in fascinating spot.
Well, we've only won one game because
Jeff,
we
how
only
about your
played
keys
one.
to the match?
We're playing to their
Heineken
pace right
Seltzer.
now. We should slow this down.
Pat already talking right now. Pat hasn't played often.
He's played once.
Kind of telling Cons what to do here. Keep it for DeChalk. Keep it DeChalk. No issues, no upsets. Just got to win. And then reminder with Josh Duhamel, you can stream Transformers, 2007 movie starring Josh Duhamel, Shia LaBeouf, and the car Bumblebee on demand now.
And beautiful Megan Fox.
Directed by Michael Bay.
Sorry to get horny on the mic.
Now back to Liz. We mentioned during the last match that Liz has the best individual record in the entire office. 7-3 right now. However, she did warn me earlier this morning she is not herself today. She said she's super off because she slept 12 hours last night. 12.
Holy fucking shit.
Liz.
That's a lot of hours.
I never heard back for a pregame interview, and she texted me saying, I'm sorry, I fell asleep.
Supremely jealous.
Somebody breathing heavy.
Jenny Glenny's friend Jenny. Glenny, of course, said that he got poor sleep the other night of 7 hours. I know PFT felt bad for Glenny after the 7 hours of sleep. I don't know how he slept.
That's tough. Glenny's a warrior. It's tough to fall asleep and get a solid 8 in after you're visited by an apparition or a ghost. So, I mean, 7.5 hours will just have to do. But he came in, he competed.
Nice job.
I think that's
You're
good,
good,
right?
Yep, that's good.
So now over to Big Ev with block 11. Mentioning a potential 3-0 record, Big Ev said he's not looking too much into that. He's not worried about who he's playing. He's just worried about Liz and himself playing their best, and they believe they will be just fine.
All right.
Big Ev, one of the best Jenga players in the office. He just gets a laser focus on his eyes when he's dialed in on the block.
An audible
Shuts
drop from
everything
Big Ev.
else out. Just blocks out the outside world.
An AD. He's already dropping ADs halfway through the game.
It's my move.
Khan to the top of the order with block 12. He flat out said his season is on the line because if you look at the state of Group C, you can't afford to lose another one. He called this one a make or break match.
Curious how much Pat tries to take over here. Does he trust Cons? They are 0-2.
Who lost the first 2 games for you? It was a group loss, obviously, but who pulled the last block?
One each.
Okay.
I pulled one, she pulled one.
Khan's very humble. He was put in a scenario, an impossible scenario, where he had to do a tablecloth move.
It's all right. We're only focused on what's going on right now, right here.
One minute at a time. They're not eliminated whatsoever, Jake.
Great job, Liz.
You figure 4 and 2 is the magic number. Maybe a group with Carnage could get a 3 and 3 team in.
Some good sportsmanship going here. Just
Yeah,
complimenting
possible.
each other.
I like
Possible.
that
Again, I'm determined. I'm determined. We will have I'll have the scenarios in hand tomorrow. Okay.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna have the generator in hand.
Oh, boy.
I'm embarrassed I don't have them right now, Jake.
It's all good.
I'll have all group scenarios starting tomorrow.
Nice and easy.
So here's Pat, the last-minute substitution and new member
Nice
of
and
Team
easy.
Josh Duhamel. He does have 1 appearance in his career. He lost, but he
That
did
was
not
a
pull the
smokes,
losing
though.
block. Now Big Ev with block 15.
Vodka's touching every block there is.
Big Ev almost had his record broken earlier. Dave went 13 and a half minutes on a move.
13:22. Big Ev went 15 2 weeks ago.
A rare Tittleman's crest for Big Ev.
Yes.
Not often.
It's very rare that Big Ev gets a Tittleman's crest.
He's an outside block.
It's very rare.
He's an outside block fiend.
Take your time.
And now Khan's going with the Tittleman's crest.
Easy. There it is.
Down the middle.
Nice TC from Khan.
Towers on the right. And it is good.
Liz isn't even paying attention. She's
Two
walking
teams
in
are
there.
moving.
Interesting strategy here by Pat to talk smack to the best player with the best record when he has literally been in this league for 5 minutes.
He's trying to shake things up. Pat's trying to shake things up, turn the tide for his team.
No one
he
talks shit to
sniffs the
Liz.
money, but he knows he doesn't have much time for it.
No one talks shit to Liz. She's very shakeable.
She's the Black
mentally.
Widow. Black Widow of Jenga is what they call her.
I do. We keep referencing the Big Ev long turn. I want to reference something that happened in that turn too for those watching who still might be a little confused about the previous
You can
match.
watch back on it.
Yeah, which
Go
you
on
can watch
YouTube.
back on YouTube. Ev, at one point, the move was going to be moving one of the towered blocks instead of placing it in the middle. Really no different than what we saw Rudy doing, except Rudy did it in the beginning of the turn, completely allowed. I know a lot of people are questioning that, but that's a good example of where that has happened. That scenario has been in play in the past. Just wanted to throw that out there since we're referencing that Big Ev move.
Clear things up. Here's Pat. 8 rows deep going
Good
with
pull.
the east side.
Clean.
Pat focused. That right hand, though, sticking out a little bit. He's got to be careful.
Keeping an eye on it.
A little wave from
Good
Pat.
wave. Good wave.
Big Ev going for a middle block, obviously, like a coward. The safe
19
Big Ev
blocks
move.
deep for Big Ev.
He's found nice.
Yep.
Towers on the east
Very
side. And
wobbly for being so early on.
Jeff, we've seen a theme from
It is
the
a-
chalk in all 3 of their matches. Very quiet while they're playing.
Yep, though Liz just noted something.
Take
She
your
said
time.
very,
There's a couple things
very
up top.
wild for early on, but it really isn't. We're in that 18 to 28 range, Jake, that I bring up every single match.
Right above
This
that,
is when the
facing you.
tower is going to be most wobbly
The one you
up
just
until
poked
the
in
end.
middle?
Once we
Here.
pass 28, it typically stays kind of still for a bit.
Right, literally the
and
one
then
you
as
just
we near
poked, the one
40, it
directly
begins
above
to
it.
wobble once
That
again.
one?
Yeah, I
Can't
think-
go for that one.
Can't. That's a
Little
rookie move. I don't
coaching
know.
by Pat, but coaching an illegal move. That would have been. Masters green.
Yeah, Khan's usually used to evaluating blocks of wood that have meat and cheeses and various fig spreads on them. So these are relatively nude for his taste.
Jeff has a
Push it back in.
hands-on lifer, I have to admit. Am I going crazy? Are the shades of green different on Khan's and Pat's shirts?
Yeah, it would seem as though
What about
Pat
this one?
has a bit of a
I got it.
You got it.
like a
You're good.
practice jersey on. He's like a practice squad jersey.
I feel like Khan's has found himself in a situation where he regrets taking this block. He wishes that he had gone for a little bit easier of a pull, but he's committed to it. Made that a little hard on himself, but he got it done.
Firm clap from Pat there.
20 blocks in, and
Trying to
Khan
inject
makes
some
another
life.
full slate.
He's trying to inject some life. You're not going to rattle Liz and Ev at all. They don't give a shit.
Ah, I don't give a shit.
That was the weirdest thing I've heard yet in here. We just spent an hour Frank the Tank.
Excuse me. Liz, you won't pull it with your eyes closed. Do you like Jordan at the free throw line? Shut your eyes and pull it.
See how good you really are.
See how good you are. Oh, yeah, of course she finds that.
She's locked in.
Pat has no idea what he's messing with right now. It's quite
I
fascinating.
think Liz gets way more credit than she.
This is like an alien coming down to Earth and like talking shit to Michael Jordan or LeBron.
Yeah.
And being like, are these
Happened in
guys any
Space
good?
Jam, didn't work.
Did not.
True.
I don't think
Did not
Pat
work.
has liked or subscribed to any of our
on,
broadcasts
Pat.
on YouTube. Because if he did, he would know not to mess with Liz.
Very true.
You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit it in the wind, and you don't fuck around with Liz Gonzalez when
Tittleman's
she's
crest.
pulling a Jenga block.
Don't fuck around with Tittleman's crest. Wow.
Tittleman's crest.
Stuck in between a rock and a hard place here, PF.
One's called Gallman's Center, actually.
I mean, what the fuck is
What about the
happening?
very bottom row?
What are you talking about?
The very bottom row. No, the very bottom. The one touching the
having a hard time
platform.
identifying the bottom
Tough.
row.
Yeah, this is a
60
this is a
seconds,
lack
pick
of
a block.
chemistry. We talked. I just actually got a text back from Josh Dumel. Josh Dumel said
Shut
he
up and
was
go
worried
faster.
a little bit about the team chemistry, and right on cue, we're seeing it a bit here.
45 seconds.
I don't think
now.
Pat still is
Don't worry
aware
about
of
it,
what the
45
bottom of
seconds.
the tower is at this point.
I mean, I can't go here, right?
Yes, you can.
I can?
That's a good run.
Oh, fuck.
30 seconds.
This is
You
where
got that. That
experience
one's coming
comes
out.
in handy.
You got it. Attaboy. Yeah, attaboy. Careful, it's going to recoil a little bit, but you got it.
Pat twisting that right block.
Twisting and turning.
Constance's going to make an excellent dad one day. Sound like a great Little League coach over here.
Good job, Patrick.
Thank you, Connor. Thanks, Dad.
Got it out on the
Ooh,
west
the
side.
point and
Now
the walk away from
back
Pat.
to Big Ev at block 23.
More taunting. They're all business on the chalk over here.
The chalk
They're playing against themselves at this point.
looking to become the first 3-0 team in the league.
Be a real shame if they lost. No one's
60
rooting for
seconds, pick a block.
I wonder who PFT is rooting for, Jake.
He's
because
definitely
PFT 's in
rooting
this group.
for Josh Dumel because he doesn't want a 3-0 team in his group.
I don't know. If I'm PFT, I want a team eliminated.
I want to beat the best team in the league at their best.
Honestly, if I was up for the $10,000 reminder, Jake, you and I decided to not play for the $10,000. We were men of integrity, unlike PFT, left the booth, decided to do both jobs. I would personally not care how I win the money.
It's already, it's
All
like
hypothetical, of
sweating.
course,
That's
though.
It's crazy. It's literally at the top. It's like.
Come on.
Uh-oh, Khan's mad at
And
Spider.
Jeff, how about this?
Not the guy to get mad.
Our grand finale tomorrow. PFT will get
That's a
a
beautiful
chance to
pull.
back up his talk. It is the chalk versus the football team in our third and final match tomorrow starting at noon.
All I'm saying is it would be a real shame if somebody
it's
were
like-
to pull
it's
a
literally like
Nancy
this,
Kerrigan on Liz's knee when she walked out of Stool Stadium.
On the far side.
A real shame.
Yeah.
Now it's Liz at block 25. Liz did say she is very, very, very comfortable with her selection of Big Ev in the draft, and she said it might be the best decision of her life to take Big Ev in this draft.
Wow. Life.
Yes.
Oh, whoa.
They have been very good together, I guess. There's really no reason
Come on,
to question.
Elizabeth.
Whoa! Tower is in a weird spot. Jake Meisner.
Yeah, but Liz staying locked in. Yeah, the bottom row still intact.
Oh, no, the recoil.
Few full slates still in
60
play as well.
seconds to pick a block.
Keep going.
Liz steps back. I don't know. Will she change here?
Can we get a countdown, Spider?
45 seconds now to
Thank you.
pick a block.
Liz going on the west side.
West side is the best side.
And it's out.
I wonder if she saw that
Yeah.
block, Jake.
You look at row 5 right now, the western block. You can see it hanging on the Skycam shot presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. It's about halfway out, and it stayed put.
She had no idea. She almost knocked that block out. We almost had a one-block Jenga. Ev didn't see it either because he's on the other side. That was almost insane.
Just trusting your teammate.
Wow. And will Pat
No
go for
issues.
that? He's not even
It's
looking
staring
at
at him in the face.
Is it a bait block?
Remember, you can use your other fingers to push.
Is
through
it a bait
if you
block?
need to. Nope. that's
No,
not
it is not.
nicely.
Not a bait block. That block
All right,
was
just
ready
take
to
your
be
time
pulled.
with the re-rack there.
That thing was ripe.
The
Poor
re-tower.
re-rack, poor re-tower by Khan has put Pat in a situation where he has to place it in the middle. He's a rookie. He blows a kiss.
I think that may take.
Dropped it well.
What he just did.
Yeah.
Hey, out of way.
Khan's getting a little cocky.
All right, Jeff, let's break down Group C right now.
Yep, 2-0 start for the Chalk, as we mentioned.
Try like a
And
bottom
0-2 for Josh Duhamel. Right in the middle.
Maybe
The
that-
1-0, 0-1. Rangoon Wranglers, #1 pick overall, Donnie. Selected by Donnie.
They'll be in action tomorrow
And
as
of
well.
course, tomorrow, PFT, the football team, with Kelly Martin. Excited to see them again. PFT, the captain, but is he really the captain when it comes to being teammates
We're
with Kelly
co-captains.
Yeah, we have
We got
an
Alfred
arrangement.
into being a co-captain.
The
We're
entirety,
like Kyrie Irving and KD on the same team.
entirety
One of
of
us might be
Group
coaches
C.
any other day.
in action, and then our kickoff match will be Big Cat versus Frank the Tank. That's tomorrow starting at noon. Make your picks now. in the Play Barstool app. We only have one player alive in this broadcast if nobody wins today. 1,500 on the line tomorrow.
Oh, it's not coming.
Slow and steady.
I'm hoping for a kink in that wood.
Beautiful pool.
Clean pull.
I see a couple.
Big Ev just feeling himself right now.
Take your time. That's all you gotta do.
Good job.
Ev is smart. That's a smart play by Ev. Good retower, thinking the two turns ahead.
Back to the top of the order to Captain Cons.
Oh, there you go.
Less and less chirping from Pat right now.
Once you get past the 25 range, things start to settle in and becomes less of a breeze for both teams.
That's easy pull.
Yeah, the jokes do go away.
Got a shaky tower though at the top, guys.
60 seconds to pick a block.
Yeah, that's an easy pull. You got that. Beautiful.
It's out the western block.
What?
Your hands are outrageously shaky.
I know, well, that's just me.
They're doing this. But that's a great pull.
Cons got it to go.
Fantastic pull, actually.
So now over to Liz, block 29. We mentioned a 7-3 record for Liz. She has one losing block.
I don't even remember it.
Right.
Granted, they all kind of blend together at this point, but it's hard to remember a time when that happened. Probably with Tommy.
You'll have to go back to August 19th with her partner, Tommy
Yeah,
Smokes.
it's the curse of Tommy Smokes. Does that even count?
It was against Big Cat and
1-2
PFT.
down, right?
August
As long as
19th,
it's
our
tied
second
25.
week ever of Stool streams.
Tell me Tommy's going to have a furious comeback in Jenga. I don't know what it is.
Well, Goose Mode's on a very long break right now, so some time to watch the film back for Mr. Smokes.
Go south for the winter.
Go for it.
So just go for it.
Interesting coaching by Khan saying if you see something, just go for it.
30 deep in our finale.
What do these usually go to? How many pulls?
Let's not worry about that. Let's just
Pat
focus
revealing
on
he's
the
not a
next
Jenga fan, doesn't know much about the sport. For a man that wanted $10,000, you'd think he would have done his homework.
My time is taken up with Torque Tuesday.
It is Monday, not Tuesday, so that's another lie there.
that's it.
Oh no.
Has a block picked out
Cons thought that was it, thought the game was over.
for 05.
It's a good one. Just take your time.
Oh,
Twisting.
Could Pat do it here?
Pat, be careful.
Uh-oh, and now he's
Remember.
leaning the tower more.
Could the lack of experience backfire? Only
This is-
one match for Pat in his
Put it up
career.
there quickly when you get it.
And it's been almost 3 months.
Don't put it up there. Put it up there. Now get away. Get away.
I think he made that pull a lot harder than it needed to be, but it doesn't matter. They're cleaning through to Big Ev's turn.
Back to Big Ev, block 31.
Vodka likes a low pull.
Yep.
It's wobbly up there.
Vodka
Maybe
loves
see
a
if you
low
do the
pull.
same thing you did with the bottom with the Tillman's Crest on.
Right here?
Yeah.
It's moving. It's moving hard this way. It's like fucking Tower Pisa.
Big Ev noting that the
Yeah.
tower is tilting, and actually the way I'm shifting
Careful,
my
don't
body
do
out of the
something.
booth right now just to get a better look at it. It is leaning, so he's going to have to think about the recoil. He's going to have to think about the retower.
60 seconds.
What's the
What
best
is the
spot
block?
to make sure the tower moves opposite of the way it's leaning, and then he has to quickly retower it to balance it out.
Yeah, see if you can get that edge.
Excuse me.
Big Ev really
Only
not afraid to take his
21%
time on these pulls.
took Big Ev
I've
to
seen
end
him
this
take
match.
up to 15 minutes before. Do it fast. faster, he could do it right.
Going fast. You want to pull this fast. Fast and hard.
That is just not going to work from that.
Remember, Big Ev, no stranger to long turns, but it has worked for him in the past.
Keep your finger on the row above when you go to pull it.
Big Ev still locked in, block 31.
You have to do what he did. Put your finger on one and kind of pry it out. Maybe one of those three on the bottom.
Big Ev has very soft feet when he's moving around the tower.
Speak up.
Really, you can hear him as he steps.
Could go fourth row. I don't know if there's enough weight to hold it down. Yeah.
It's out for Big Ev. And Jeff,
Those
before we
hold on.
begin this move, we have been buzzed from the booth. A potential violation by Cons a couple of turns ago. No call on the floor. Has to be indisputable evidence to confirm. So let's take a look here.
This is tough. Looking at it now, Spider will make the final call, but people are talking about it.
Chat was buzzing, so shout out to the chat for getting our attention on this.
Great having him right in front of us here.
Oh, there it is, the little hole in between our cameraman Max.
Unbelievable! Wow.
Great call by the chat. Shout out to them.
Great job by our cameraman Max to make sure his arms were down in the perfect position there to see that Cons is disheveled. He's upset.
So,
That's on me.
So now Cons is actually going to have to deal with the penalty himself. And Jeff, that's the great thing about Stool streams is that we just took interactive to the next level because now the
let's go.
fans at home can be officials if we mess up here
I just got a text
We're
from
not
Dumel
perfect.
too. Dumel said, I fucking knew it. He was hoping nobody saw it.
Try one out like it. Yeah, exactly.
Hoping
Just like
nobody
Ev did,
saw
just
it.
use your fingers
So
in
big
the super
thanks to
slow,
the chat.
Or
Now
go
Cons.
fourth row, and there might be enough weight
Jeff,
on the
this is
fourth
going to be
row
the
hold it
first
down.
ever
It might twist right
self-inflicted
there.
violation.
Try the bottom first. That's safer.
It's like the USGA when you used to be able to call in violations on, on
Nice and
golfers.
slow.
So that's the block, correct?
Jim Nance for calling
So
violations.
that's the block?
What do you mean that's the block?
That's it.
He touched it.
Because he violated, so he has to go with that block.
This tower's
Oh,
moving
you're
a lot
fine.
with this poll. We don't often see these polls come down to losses. They're not always indirectly the reason why a team loses.
That's a great
It's like they have to
block.
focus during these, Jake.
Nope. Cons in
Leg it
danger
around
of
in
dropping to
front.
0-3 with Team Dumel.
He's got great pad level. You can tell he's a former football player. He's in the athletic position. That translates to any sport. It could be bowling, it could be Jenga, it could be lawn darts, it could be golf, it could be baseball.
Got it out.
There it is. Dealt with his own violation. He's got to be fired up.
Oh, there's
Kiss
no
him,
way that
kiss
is a
him.
complete
Not a
retower.
Take your time.
My goodness. You could fit a lot of things inside that gap
Oh,
there.
whoa,
Ooh, Jake.
A little rough. PFT just got a little
I think that's good, right?
horned up, maybe.
Other end.
I was not horned up, Jeff. That's fake news.
Do you remember Gene Staratoyer broke out the index card
That's
to
good.
measure a first down a few years ago.
Oh, whoa. Wow.
0-2 and a violation committed, yet he is pumped
Cons
up.
fucking fired up. I mean, hey, the first ever own self-violation successful block poll.
Yes.
And it now puts Liz in a tough spot.
You have the snitch hotline in the NBA bubble. You have, as you guys mentioned, the PGA hotline. And here we go. We have the Stool Streams chat hotline.
We average 34 blocks per match, but I'm telling you today, this might be the longest combined we've seen out of 3 matches.
43 pulled by Glennie Balls in match 1, 44 by Nick Tarani in match 2. This one with the chalk
I don't
in play.
remember, have we ever seen 340s in one day?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I mean, we're a long ways off. But if Liz and Big Ev are out there, it's very possible. They know how to extend matches. And now Pat, a little flustered maybe.
Confirmed, we have not gone
That looks
at
like it's
least
halfway
3 in a
between
row
both on this side.
with 40. We've had 3 out of 4
Shut up.
with at least a 40. Now Spider.
Good call, Stripes.
But shut up from Spider. He's not feeling this right now.
You know what? This has been
He doesn't want to hear from the newcomer. He doesn't want to hear from a guy who's just had a violation.
Thank you, Liz. I appreciate that integrity.
Spider not putting up with any of that shit.
She saw it.
Sportsmanship, pass it on. Like that commercial where the guy hits the
We
ball
had
out
a
of bounds.
boy!
He narcs
that
out
was
himself,
easy.
yeah.
That was a good one. Like to see it.
So the league rookie, Pat, makes quick work of that block. Can he retower? He does. Now it's back to Big Ev at block 35.
Strong pull. Probably not hot.
There are a couple rows that are ripe right now, and I think he's eyeing those down.
We do have a
With
few
the
full
pie on the
slates in play.
windowsill.
What kind of pie?
Boysenberry.
Oh, boysenberry. That's some
A treat.
Seems in season.
Obviously pulling at an east-or-west block.
Rhubarb.
60 seconds to pick a block.
Significantly.
Tittleman's Crest would do the exact opposite.
Every Tittleman's Crest slashes the match time down more and more, Jake.
Right here?
Yeah. Just be super gentle.
And he's looking at one right now.
Is there movement?
Pat, one more phone look will be a violation.
Wow.
Pat, looking at the phone.
And remember, a violation would be a disqualification.
Nothing but respect for the officials here.
Pat must stay
Apologies.
by the rules here. F making that block move.
Just do it really
Power
slow.
moves
Some
with it. He's gonna have to be
movement.
gentle.
Down the middle.
Slow it down a little bit as you get to the end.
It's so slow.
He's got this one. Laser focused.
Nice.
It's a good call.
Ev trying to create another full slate.
Ev with a great move again.
He got it
Well
to
done,
go.
well done.
Now to block 36
Well
with Cons.
Great.
Ooh.
That looked like it was coming out there, Cons. Oh, that one does too.
He found movement. This
Careful.
would create a
Careful.
triple hanger.
Oh, he's second guessing himself.
But it's out. And it's on. Off to Liz at 37. Liz only picked by 18% of the field to end this match.
60 seconds to pick a
Stoolies
block.
are learning.
Yeah, they know she is one of the best, if not the best. Back into Pat's hands.
She got this one easy. I don't think there's a chance. No, she's not going to tower over on this turn.
Look at that. What is she doing?
What is Liz doing right now? She just replaced the block. She pulled it out and put it back in. She's gonna try to pull it out again?
Going with row
It's
4.
being removed much easier this
30 seconds, pick a block.
She tried to loosen it up, and I think it might have worked, but there's still some room. Leveraging the tower, I think now, keeping it still.
Yeah, she's
Movement.
got that thumb. She's got the thumb playing down there on the 6th row.
Friendly reminder, this block can hit the ground.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, I picked
That's your block.
I think it's pretty clear. She's
What did that?
picked that one.
Spider doing his job, Cons, razzing him a bit. not watching Collins after this match. Spider will not like seeing him.
That's incredible.
And it's out for Liz.
Methodical, quick, patient. There was no need to rush that move.
No panic.
Liz does not blink. She quite simply does not have eyelids.
Thank you.
Horrifying to think about.
All right.
Like Mike
now
Tomlin.
2-hour rookie.
Cut off
Pat
her eyelids so we
at
can't
block
blink.
38. Season very much on the line for Team Dumel.
Not really eliminated, but you got to think as close to it as possible.
Right. You would need, at 0-3, you would need to run the table and hope for carnage in your group.
You would need
a four-way tie at 3-3 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
60
not a pretty
seconds,
sight.
pick a block.
The best scenario to get through is they need to win this match.
Right. But you have seen one team before over in Group B, Fights in KFC, they were 0-2 and they won to keep their season alive
I think you're okay if you just take it slow.
last week.
They will have to face Frank again, though.
Yep.
Even if Frank and Nick get eliminated,
it's still going to be exciting.
It's not going to be very fun to play them. They could be season spoilers.
You have those pesky NFL teams who
But they got to win tomorrow.
Win late. Yep.
They may win tomorrow and put themselves right back in it.
Can I like widen the gap?
Yeah.
I just rip it.
Wow.
Oh, he's going to go for the clean rip.
I don't know that that's necessary.
Might
but
take
again,
the tower with
you
him.
feel
He has
it.
no
I
patience.
can't
He
feel
has
it.
no
You need to
patience. He's a
decide.
new player.
Is Pat going to do it?
I see the look in
Big
Pat's
Ev
eyes.
wants him to do it.
Could this be a rookie mistake
Pat
and
wants to do it.
potentially end the season for Team Dumel?
The look in his eye, he wants to give this a shot.
Necessary.
It's not necessary. It really is not. Just
Khan's
take your time.
trying
In
to
a way, it
persuade
is
him not to
very
do
I think
it.
I can go back and
He's
forth
gonna
and
do
loosen
it.
Yes, that's fine.
That's what I'm doing. I should let it settle.
Yeah, that's
That's
fine.
your
Take,
block.
take as much time as you
I got it.
need. He picked the block. You got all the time in the world now.
It's loosened up a little.
Okay.
Pat just wants to say fuck it and rip that block. Cons is trying to coach him down, trying to make him do a smart pull, but maybe not a crowd-pleasing one.
Remember, Jeff, there is $10,000 on the line, so we should keep that in mind.
It's starting to twist a little bit. He's twisting it on purpose now. Oh, cripes.
Cripes is right, Jeff.
I have to rip it.
He's going to rip it.
He's gonna rip it, guys.
I think this is a stunning lack of patience.
I can go on the
Wow.
other side too to move these, right?
There are plenty of moves on the board right now.
He should just rip it.
This is a lack of patience, a rookie error, and could sink Josh Dumel.
Continue to take your time.
All right.
A lot of people, I
The
think, in the
chalk is
chat are
loving
saying,
this.
just rip it. You won't rip it. You know you want to rip it. I dare you to rip it. You won't do it.
All right, now let her settle. Let her settle.
Let her settle down. Settle down. This is coming out. This takes. Look at that. Now we got separation.
What are your feelings down here, guys? You know that you can see in his eyes he wants to rip it.
I know, but he needs to just trust it.
There's like a hump in the wood that I gotta get over.
Just pull it.
Top half continuing to move.
Just pull it. Let it settle.
I should probably just pull it out.
Yeah, fuck it.
Do it.
What? Stop, 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 stop.
That was close. You see the top 6 rows on life support. On top of that triple hanger.
Fuck.
All right. Now I'm thinking maybe the pull is the move and just very quickly place it on top.
Here we go. Cons is all in.
Let's rip
I
it.
think it's
This
too
is
far gone.
potentially a
Lack of
$10,000 move. Can Pat pull it off?
It's got to be very
Complete
quick.
lack
Pat.
of patience here.
Let me give it one more little quick go.
Okay.
here.
Could work though.
We've seen the rip outs work. And that's a goal! And Team Josh Dumel is big trouble at 0-3. Meanwhile, DeChalk, the heavy favorites, for a reason, 3-0.
Yeah, not to be snobby here, not to be a know-it-all, Jake, but that was just a simple lack of patience. No reason to resort to the pull move there, the quick pull. He could have wiggled that a little more. We saw Dave take 13 and a half minutes earlier. We saw Big Ev take 15 minutes last week. Pat could have been patient. I don't know why Khan told him to do it. Poor move. 0-3. Their season is all but doomed at this point. They still have some life, but it's very, very thin.
And keep in mind, on the Play Barstool app, that is going to be Kate's pick because it was Pat, the late substitution. So Kate at 38, for questions 5 and 6. Let's send it down to the Phillips Norelco locker at 0-3. Team Josh Dumel in big trouble with PFT.
Yeah, we're down here with Team Josh Dumel. Obviously, the words of encouragement from Josh himself, the big man, fell on deaf ears today. He had to substitute Pat in at the last minute. How do you think that Pat fared considering he was not prepared?
Listen, that game right there is 100% on me. I should not have told him to do that. I should have urged him to continue to just wiggle it and work it. We've seen that the patient moves always work better than the fast moves, so I take full responsibility for this loss.
Pat, are you going to let Cons take full responsibility for this loss, or will you also take full responsibility?
He can take responsibility.
All right, Cons has taken full responsibility for this loss. Pat still remains 0-0 in the Stool Streams Jenga League. Cons falls to 0-2 solo by himself. The very last pull that you had, Pat, you wanted to just do the clean artillery cord yank. You didn't get a good enough grip on that wood. Are you going to practice gripping wood to enable yourself to be able to pull on wood better?
Yeah, I'm going to try. The problem was the booth over here was like egging me on to do the pull.
Oh.
And the whole time, I don't know the rules, and they're going, he's going to pull it, he's going to pull it. So I got frazzled, and then I hear Ev cackling in the corner. These guys, and then 2 seconds after I pull the block, they tell me I should have waited.
Prime
Where was
rookie
that?
move,
I want a little
blaming the
friendly help from the
broadcasters.
booth.
I thought we were past
Clearly
this.
the booth
I don't think
favors
the mic
Liz.
is hot, but
Clearly
if
they
it
favor
is,
Big Ev. It's absolute
idiot.
bullshit. Spider's yelling at me every 2 seconds to pick a block. He told me to shut up once. I'm not going to say that there's favoritism going on, but there's big time favoritism going on.
Okay, well, you heard it from these guys. No excuses. It's on them. Back to you guys in the booth.
I mean, it's a pathetic lack of patience.
He comes into this league in 10 minutes and trashes everybody and ends his team's chances of losing 10K.
He touched the block for 30 seconds. He goes, no, I'm going to have to pull it. I'm going to have to yank the block. No patience, and that's why they're 0-3. Sorry.
If I could curse right now, I would. But I'm
Planet
not
Zoo.
going
Wow.
to. Let's get to our
That's as
Phillips
bad as a curse.
Norelco close shave of the match. And it is Team Josh Dumel's violation. Shout out to the chat for calling this one out.
This is unbelievable. Even Josh saw it at home. He said, hey, Jeff, not sure if you watched Transformers the other day. Still holds up. But did you see that potential two-hand violation by Cons? I hope nobody notices it. Guess what? Somebody did notice it. The chat did. Shout out to the chat. Great job. Two-hand violation. Didn't sink the team, but definitely hurt their momentum. Really threw them off. Why they rushed that last block, I have no idea. But the methodical, slow play of Ev and Liz is what makes them 0-3. It's what makes them good, and it ended up being the difference there because I think it just got in the head of Cons and Pat.
The Chalk is 3-0, sitting up top of the Group C standings, and they are at the Phillips Norelco locker with PFT.
Yeah, I'm down here with the Chalk. They are in the catbird seat right now in the Group of Death, Group C. They do have the cream of the division to match up against with yet. They've had kind of a cakewalk schedule. Some would say that they're frauds, that they've built up a winning record by playing against inferior opponents. I'm not saying that. A lot of people are at home. Liz, you had one of your signature pulls today where you actually extracted a block, returned the block, and then extracted that same block again. What was going through your head? Why did you think that was the appropriate move to make down there at the end of the game?
Well, I would answer your question, but considering that we're playing each other tomorrow, I feel like you're trying to get some insider tip. I'm going to decline to comment.
I don't need, nope. I'm not an insider tip guy, never have been. I'm just saying it was a questionable move that you lucked out on. Many would say that this was an asterisk when, Ev, as always, you were just smooth on the floor. You had, you're a very quiet stepper. You move in silence. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. That's what Baker Mayfield said. When you were circling the tower today, it didn't ever look like you were thinking that it was even a remote possibility you were going to crash out. Were you in the zone today?
Always. I mean, listen, having Liz here, you just feel confident. It's just an aura around her. I'm confident what she's doing. I'm confident she's going to guide me in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Confident myself. I feel good. I feel like as long as we're on our game, no one can beat us.
So you guys think that you can go undefeated throughout the season?
Are we capable of it? For sure.
We'll see. We're worried about today, and we'll worry about tomorrow.
Okay, it sounds like you're being a little disrespectful of future opponents, but that's fine. That's to be expected from a team like you guys. We're going to kick it back to y'all in the booth.
All right, thank you, Mr. Commenter. The Chalk 3-0. Can't be feeling better than the two of them right now.
I mean, that's where they needed to be. It's where they wanted to be. If you were smart and you watched a lot of Jenga, you knew this is probably where they would be 3 matches in. But tomorrow, they do have to go up against an undefeated team in PFT and Kelly Martin, the football team. Yep. That is a star-studded matchup. You thought today was crazy? Tomorrow.
And remember to make your picks. The Play Barstool app right now, we are live at noon. Group C is going to have some more shifting. 3-0 to chalk, 1-0 football team. And we'll have Big Cat and Frank the Tank lead things off. Jeff, unfortunately, no winners, but less than a 24-hour turnaround. $1,500 on the line for the Progressive Jackpot. Big E, congrats. 0 for 6. A $50 Barstool Sports gift card is coming your way. Any last thoughts before we wrap up this wild day?
Some of the longest matches we've seen in terms of skill, competition, average blocks. The Dave move was one of the best we've ever seen. What Frank did today, my head is still rattling, but it was entertaining as hell. And this last one, anytime you watch Big Ev and Liz, it's a fucking clinic. And we got another one tomorrow.
Noon tomorrow. Big shout out to everybody in the production truck, our executive producer, Henry Lockwood, Stefan, Steve pressing all the right buttons, John Foley running replay, Sean doing the stats. We've got Andrew Manley, Colby, Pete, and down here running the cameras, we've got Max Salente. Our sideline reporter is Spider. He's Jeff D'Lo. I'm Jake Marsh. Noon tomorrow. Get those picks in. Have a great night, and we will see you back here mañana. Have a great night. This has been Stool Streams presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer.